Hello, we're here. Hi everyone. Wave. Welcome back to the Shades of Tartarus for our series finale. Welcome back everyone. Thank you, Pope, for that sub. But hey, you know what? I am not the only one here, so we're just gonna go around and one last time introduce ourselves and our characters and answer that very awkward question that the Mech Master has prepared for us, right? Right, Mech Master? Go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, so I am Obadiah. I will be the mech master today, playing the vast array of NPCs, civilians, villains, and every side character in between. And the awkward question I have absolutely prepared with great consideration beforehand
Don't understand it now.
is uh, in in a terrible alternative future where where each and every one of your characters is stuck in dead end gig jobs. What are they hustling day to day doing?
Okay. Hi, everybody. I am, for the last time on this story, but in general and across the universe and in perpetuity, your androgynous android game show host from the future, Nathan Blades. I play Julian Tablinet on this show, who is a professional con artist and most recently mech pilot. Although it seems that my days in con artistry are probably going to be numbered anyway, so I've already been thinking about what I might have to do in a dead end job later on. To be honest, I think I'd make an excellent travel agent.
Find my unmute button. Hi, everybody. I am Anna, Nymeria Online. Today I am playing Ariadne, who is our sort of sniper mech combatant. I feel like if she had a gig economy job, she would be one of those like bicycle messengers for something like Grubhub or DoorDash, where they like wear the really giant backpack full of food on their back and then do all of these like ridiculous like bicycle stunts through traffic, and she would hate every second of it, but she would really love the thrill that comes from almost getting hit by a car and then having everybody just lay on the horn and be like, ruining traffic, blah, 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 because she's kind of mean like that sometimes.
Sounds like you really thought that one out, Anna. Like this, either not sure if this is you or maybe like deep seated inside of yourself. This is something you thought about yourself doing many times. Not the bike messenger part, just driving the bike and making sure traffic was slowed down. I won't judge you, and I love you for that heart. Sup, y'all? It is me, Wally, your favorite slime on the internet, who will text you to remind you to eat a snack, because you always have to eat a snack. Always stay snacks in your tummy. For the last time, I am playing Xavier Browning, the, I guess, muscle of the team. Yeah, muscle. Let's go with the muscle of the team. Kind of feels like that's the category I fall into a lot. If he was in a dead end gig economy job, I see him working working in construction, where he's like, you have everyone else is like, he'll be one of those construction workers that just keeps to themselves all the time, just goes in, does work, goes home. And he will, after that, he then goes to the bar, but he doesn't go there to drink. He actually goes there to work a night shift at the bar as a bartender.
Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope Worldville on Twitter, Pope Worldville on Twitch. I lurk at all your streams. I am so happy to be back with this amazing cast playing Marlowe. See what terrible things we get up to. But in the meantime, as for terrible job, it's Marlowe, so he deserves the most awful of fates. He is Comcast Business Tech Support.
We're gonna have words when this stream is over.
Like, That is the circle of hell
Wow.
he is in.
That's just wow.
That's just wrong.
Yeah.
On so many levels. That's just evil.
Would
It
like to
is.
announce formally that Marlo has in fact been canceled for working in Comcast. Absolutely, absolutely unacceptable. We do not stand.
I didn't
But,
realize you
please,
hated your
continue.
character so much.
When someone asks the question, "Are we the bad guys?" my answer is always yes.
Yeah, we absolutely are.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's me, Val. This is my channel, and today I bring to you our celebrity and the most dangerous person ever, according to Ariande, Nevaeh Courtney Russo, as we have established her middle name, which is just a 90s reference as well. She, if she was working a dead-end job, I imagine that she would be, like, first of all, just trying to get all those likes and follows on Spacetagram would be very hard, but she has some valuable experience to offer other people who would like to be famous. So she probably offers her social media management skills off of Fiverr. Yeah, that's until she could be famous again. So
I also picture her just selling weed. That's
yeah,
it.
no,
Also, she also sells
absolutely,
weed.
absolutely, she
100%
would
sells weed.
100% just sell weed. Yeah, why not? Probably other drugs too. So like, ooh, you know what? She could also be a rep for certain alcohols. Like she could be a Strongbow rep. That's what I imagine her to be, or a Jaeger rep is what she would end up doing.
When you
Oh.
said a rep, I flashed back to like when my mom would bring home the catalog from work from the Avon ladies that are just like, use this moisturizer, it has real gold in it. And I was like, oh God,
No.
Nevaeh the Avon rep is
She
a
would
thing.
not do MLM. She would not do it because she knows it's a scam. Like she is smart enough not to do any multi-level marketing. Hi everyone, please don't fall for multi-level marketing. They prey on housewives. So that's what they do. Uh, but hey, what do we do here? Well, we are a viewer-affected game. For the last time, you can affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations. 100 biddies here can give a reroll to anyone that you see here. Subscribing to the channel could give us either an auto-crit success or an accuracy dice, both of which help us. And last but not least, if you donate through Coffee or Streamlabs, you can make shit happen. Like, to the discretion of our mechmaster, of course, and we will never make anything happen that crosses our lines or veils here on the channel because safety first. But yeah, that's us. Excuse me, I'm burping. That's what we do here. Mechmaster, take us away as I finish my sandwich.
Oh, and as perhaps across the galaxy, a great many sandwiches, perhaps even a delicious Monte Cristo are finished. We return to the watery planet of Shiraz, where most, perhaps even all of our erstwhile heroes are preparing in their own ways, perhaps as part of an entourage and in their own times to end a very nice and fingers crossed, at least by the locals, peaceful uh, charity benefit dinner for one of the arcologies. As those of you curious enough to look it up might find out, you actually know that it's a benefit for some of the families orphaned by the recent hostilities, because people are dying out here. They're they're often dying quietly in oceans and submarines. So uh, a lot of closure isn't offered. A lot of explanations aren't forthcoming. But people are being lost, and it has a cost. So, everyone, you've got a few hours before you need to get on transport. What's doing?
Uh, I would very, very much like to case the joint prior to us showing up.
Okay, so I think that you're definitely going to need to leave a little bit ahead of everybody else to make time for that.
Absolutely.
I'll say that is definitely not something you need to roll dice for. So like yeah, you arrive like let's say a block or two away from the venue itself. Like yeah, when you say case the joint, like what are you thinking of doing? Are you thinking of an infiltration, just walk around?
So, being in a previous kind of working relationship with Mr. Tanaka, when he was previously, our kind of like surveillance expert, he has a habit of being a little bit overprepared and a little bit paranoid. So, at the very least, Julian would like to, check where the building is, how large it is, and see just how many security cameras and drones are outside.
Okay. And another question to ask is Julian making an attempt to be inconspicuous about this, or are you, just rolling about checking it out?
Julian is definitely going on foot. I think without protocol, I think, yeah, Julian makes an active point to disguiseless go to the space and just stroll around the outside, see what she can see.
Okay, so I'm gonna make this roll in the open. The check is mainly just are are the people who are watching the surveillance that is set up, because yes, as you mentioned, Hero has been paranoid in the past, and old habits die hard even when new personas are taken on. So he could, and he does, notice a very familiar face walking about, and yeah, eventually, and he notices later. I'll say because that was at 20, so like he didn't happen to be looking through the cameras right as this was happening. But like, yeah, you are sure as you walk around, you notice, yeah, a goodly number of drones, armed and unarmed. Although an effort has clearly been made to like make the armed drones at least unobtrusive, like to not seem like people on the street and or in the venue are being actively threatened. As well as a smattering of security, like not like they're not like out in like great force, but like had you tried to enter from basically any direction, you're very confident that you would have been firmly like intercepted and turned away before you could get too far.
Yeah, I think there's the smallest bit of subterfuge in that, approaching one of those guards, being kind of, oh, I'm sorry, this is where the charity benefit to dinner will be occurring, right? I know I'm early, but I always want to make sure that I am never late to an important date. You understand?
And like yeah, you get kind of like a little bit of the vaguely suspicious, but a professional like it. Sure.
Fantastic. I really look forward to the occasion. Until next time. And yeah, she just thanks them for their time and walks away.
Okay. But yeah, yeah, you're aware that you've been seen and aware that you were seen on recordings even. So, do you have anything else in particular you'd like to do with that with like some of the extra time you got on your hands?
Just to wrap this little bit of pre-planning up. Two things. You can tell me whenever it's relevant later down the line, but is
Sure.
there a particular location that a lot of eyes are on? So, if there happen to be more security drones looking at one space compared to others, or if that's a thing that I don't know, that's fine.
I'll say that like yeah, based on like what you were able to like just kind of search for, there are like a few like locations that you see and that you notice extra eyes on. Like primarily like you think they're aimed at places where like a sniper would want to set up or where somebody wanting to enter or exit unobtrusively would want to be. Like you think those are where extra eyes are put at least on the exterior. You couldn't get inside, so if there is like say a particularly unobserved or maximally observed hallway, you're not too sure about that.
That's cool. It's only the exteriors that we need to know. And then last thing before I pass it over is that Julian messages Marlowe and gives him the physical descriptions of what these drones look like. Because she does not have the technical knowledge to be able to tell you make and model, but by giving as good a physical description as she can, Marlowe can probably infer something useful about that. And that's me.
Okay. Yeah, Marlo, you get this thing.
So, get the descriptions. I'm guessing these are based on who's around lately. I'm just going to take a stab in the dark that these are SSC drones.
Yeah, you don't need to make a roll for that. Like,
Yeah.
they're not literally SSC branded. They have an effort has been made to obscure their origins at least that much. But
yeah, but it's the same frame, probably the same armaments. And while there's probably wireless interface, it is probably quite secure and not going to be easy to hack exteriorly. But if I can get to whoever is in control of the device, then I might be able to make some headway, but not beforehand. Great. Well, they've got eyes all over the place. And I can just see this happening while like Marlowe, who has been for the most part dressed in, Hawaiian shirts and very like comfy shorts, is like disgustedly, but very deliberately getting like dressed well. Like going through like selecting cufflinks, making sure that the French cuff shirts is properly steamed, getting that on, putting on the old him slowly but surely, and then just that disgusted look in the mirror as like all the things that kind of make him, all the cyberware is now hidden. Like all the ports covered, everything. It's just he's a generic suit. And goes to find Xavier.
Xavier is currently he's wearing what he is going to be wearing for this event. He's actually wearing that nice suit that he got for himself last time they were on that station, but he's not wearing the jacket. The jacket is hung over a chair, and he's currently at the bar area that they've created, mixing himself a drink. Looks like he's deep in thought right now.
Oh, you look mostly ready.
He looks up and is like, "You look almost unrecognizable."
Kind of the point. I'm the most wanted man in the sector.
All right, well, what does the most not wanted man in the sector would like to drink then?
Early temple.
Nods, and he grabs the things needed to make it, mixes it up, pours it into a little martini glass, slides it over.
So, you have an idea who's working security.
Yeah, I do.
What are we looking at for response time and style of response?
It's going to be fast. It's going to be very quick. They're professionals. They are on the same level as any of us in what we do. Inside of a robot, they can do it on grounded on foot. There are no pushovers.
Any and there's this air of like despair as he asks this. Like he already knows the answer, but he's going to ask it anyway. Any glaring weaknesses in their coverage,
He finishes making his drink and takes a sip from it and sets the glass down. That sounds like a question of someone who already knows the answer to what they're asking. It's just that you don't want to hear the answer that I'm probably going to say.
Okay, so everything has to go absolutely right.
It does. Everything has to go going according to clockwork. We're operating a full out heist here, and it's not even a heist. Things are going to be going by the clock. We have to go by the seconds, by the minutes, or things can go ass up. I mean, things will go ass up no matter what. There will be the unknowns and the complications that happen in any kind of organization or work job, but you just got to be prepared for it.
One last thing. When your crew gets hired, do they care about collateral damage or not?
Honestly, it really depends on the client. If the client is one of those fly by the seat of their pants kind of guys, they have money to throw around in any way, they don't care. They don't care what gets broken, what lives, and what dies in the process of us doing our job. One person I remember, they was this, I don't know, kid, maybe about 18 years old, came into inheritance of his parents' IRA. And I mean, it was a lot of money. These people were investors before everything went ass up. And this is stuff that they could trace back in before everything went gone. So that's money. Because of this, they didn't care. These guys, I think there were some kind of other investors sent these guys to rough them up, and they told us, take care of them. They didn't care who got hurt in the process, just take care of them. And it really sounds like Hero is one of those kind of guys. One of those guys that didn't have money in the past, and now they have all this money, and they don't know what to do with it, but at the same time, they know what to do with it.
I sincerely hope that when the dust settles, that we don't ever have to do this again.
I really hope this is the last time we ever have to do something like this. Honestly, I hope we can walk away from this with our heads intact and a bit more money in our pocket.
You should go see them. He finishes the drink.
Yeah.
You're stressed. You should go see them.
Yeah, thanks, Marlo. He finishes his drink and he will head off to find Ariadne.
Ariadne has actually gone off because she has something that she discuss. Where's Nevaeh? Just curious.
Nevaeh is probably
What evil scheme are you concocting under the guise of being adorable?
Nevaeh is concocting to make sure that everybody's outfits that they have chosen for the night are going to be proper tailored, because she is talking to a tailor that she is, first of all, has brought things to choose between so that we didn't have to leave to get dressed in, but has various suits and gowns of our liking, and it's probably like, oh, hi, Ari.
Oh, this is actually perfect because this is what I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh, okay.
So you know how we're going to this fancy party?
Yes.
I thought maybe because, you know, we kind of had a falling out a little bit ago, and I wanted to tell you that I'm sorry, and to show that I mean it, I think I want you to pick out my clothes for this party.
Oh, wow.
I just have one request.
Yes.
Make it a suit.
I was just thinking that, actually. Because now, here's the thing, though. If you want a suit, I want to make sure that you have, like, a vest and, like, pockets inside of your jacket. And I'm saying this and, like, I'm assuming the tailor is doing whatever they can to pick it out. It's up to Obi what the tailor does. It's an NPC. Because we want to make sure that all of your knives get hidden, right? Like, I'm doing
You see the tailor kind of like overhear that because you're not speaking quietly, and
No.
kind of.
It's just a safety precaution. It's a security measure, like a personal security measure. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And I'm gonna slide them some credits.
It's just really,
they stop
like,
worrying about it.
Yeah.
Extra pocket space is for snacks and the knives of my cutting remarks.
Mm-hmm. It's for snacks, is really what it's for.
Visible disbelief, but it's cool. They
like, Ariadne, that completely goes over their head. It's just like, okay, yes.
And as she's gonna start like dictating the outfit requirements. Do you have a color preference? Do you want to match me, or do you want to match Xavier?
Yeah, I'll match Xavier. That sounds good.
Okay, well, I need to find out what color he's wearing because he's not here. Like, but just kind of like looks you over. You don't want like a solid suit. And she goes and like picks things out, and she's gonna give like this very, it's a very androgynous cut of a suit, but it also has like this very, it's black, but has sort of like this like gray and silver filigree all over it. I'm just gonna see if you like it by linking it to you in Zoom chat. Bam. There you go. There you go. How do you like this one, Ari?
I don't think I've ever really been that interested in clothes before, but I like this.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Yeah. This is good.
This is good. So glad. Okay, we got to make sure that it fits you perfectly. So, Taylor, off, and I'm going to go put on my gown. So,
I really want to know what this looks like. I really want to know.
So Nevaeh's gown I don't know if you saw Blake Lively's gown for that Met Gala one year.
Yes.
But it's like the gold and red, and it's so big it might need a party bus to take it in the train. It has a huge skirt, to hide snacks in, right? Like, I will link it.
Yes.
I will
Snacks.
link
But
it.
does
in
it have
chat.
pockets?
On the inside? They're hidden pockets. So she is going as extravagant as possible. It's a rental, so it's fine. And oh, Xavier, look, we picked out a suit for Ari. Doesn't it look great?
Yeah, it does look good. Looks good on you.
Thanks. It's got a lot of knives under this vest.
If it didn't, I'd be kind of concerned.
Me too.
Taylor was actually slightly more concerned at that specific remark.
Did you remember to find a spot for the 5-inch Bowie knife though?
Oh yeah, that one's just strapped to my leg. It's a little hard to put that in a pocket,
I can hold on to it if you'd like. I have plenty of room in here.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah, we could all die. You should be able to wreck some people.
Well, that was
If
good
you
commit
need
discipline,
to.
everybody. Thank you for maintaining that beat.
What's a Bowie knife?
What if you got there? A knife!
Still in the earshot of the tailor, because
Yes.
it's one thing to be like,
Yes.
oh, my comedy knives.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
we could all die tonight is definitely a new escalation.
That poor Taylor just in the background.
Yeah, you can't.
He does not really have the social awareness of like, oh,
perhaps-
this person's gonna
perhaps
remember
one-
what I said and think it's weird.
People get perhaps a distinct impression that the Taylor is rapidly trying to figure out exactly how fast they can get off of this arcology and onto any other one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't blame
Yeah.
him, honestly.
Actually, Ariana, you got a moment of your time.
Yeah, I'll be right back. And she just sort of like
Bye. It
walks
takes a
off
long
in
time.
I'm assuming this has got sort of like the little chalk marks and the pins and the
Aw.
tailor's tape and stuff like that. So it's still like a constructed garment, but it's not all the way there yet. They just wander off with these pins sticking out of their shoulders.
And for the
Yeah.
first time that you never know, this is the first time this has happened. Xavier chuckles. Like he actually chuckles at that. Like that was actually amusing. It's not a laugh. It's more like, huh. That's the most he's gonna get out of him. It's a laugh. He walks with her for a bit, and he kind of doesn't get tense, but he's just more of gets a little bit relaxed. He says, you're right. We're going to die. We may die in this. There's no sugarcoating way of it. But if we do die or anything, I have to admit that I'm glad that it's with all of you.
Yeah, me too.
And
I mean,
Remy,
I'm not glad about the dying part. I would be glad about, this being the crew.
yes, but what I mean is also when I say all of you, I especially mean you. You've been you made this trip a bit less stressful.
Thanks.
What I'm saying is I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. And she plants one on his mouth.
And he kisses her back.
Yeah.
depending on how long you're gone, you may or may not get a message from like on your communicators, like just from the tailor, like if you're doing what I think you're doing, please don't. I need that back here. Please
You're
don't. I need
rip
that.
the basting stitches. Come on. No, I'll be careful with the suit jacket. Fine.
This is just polite.
He just goes. He pulls away. He goes, "Now, please go back to the tailor because this is a very expensive suit jacket. And I don't want to risk the base stitches. So go." He like turns her around, like gently pushes her back towards the tailor shop.
At this point, somebody is just trying to help get this dress on Nevaeh. Like the tailor might have called an assistant because it definitely takes more than 2 people to get her in. It's like, are we done? Are we done? Make sure the knife
is this the kind of dress that like laces up the back, but instead of putting in like hidden hook and eyes, you actually have to like lace it up by hand?
No, it's backless.
Oh, well, all right then.
However, in a pinch, this skirt's gonna come off when it needs to.
I think that is when Xavier walks in. Like he walks in at that very exact moment of her saying in a pinch. And he stares at that for a second. Goes, "You mean 4 weapons is what you mean, right?"
No, these like the now slightly offended tailor. No, why would you think that?
Yeah, why would you think that?
Because if anyone was going to get in a fight and wearing a dress, they would have to rip it off so they can have full mobility with their legs so they can perform high kicks. And he like gives this look of like,
why are you doing this?
Wally, like out of character, you said exactly what I was thinking, so like bless you.
Where's Julian at, by the way? Like, they haven't come to pick out their outfit. I know Marlo picked his.
To renege on that, I think Julian's outfit has already been handled because I want the reveal of that to be later at the thing.
Excellent. I am here for it.
She's very secretive about the new outfit.
I think she has no reason to hide that information from you as people on Heist. I just don't want it to appear on camera until it appears on camera.
Ah, I see. Selective then, if not secretive.
Ooh, I'm so excited to see what she's going to wear. Where's Marlo?
Well, you did say that your dress was backless.
It is. See? Just like...
It just turns out that there were twinsies today. It's fine.
Ooh, if it would go any lower, you would see my booty. It would be inappropriate.
I think actually, if this is in like pre-flashback, Julian's like, Nevaeh, everything you do is inappropriate.
That's not true.
I didn't necessarily say that as criticism of you.
You're right. It's not mean if it's true. It's gonna be so exciting. I'm so excited. It's a party that we get to murder at. I mean, it's a party that for a charity event that we get to help raise money and eat hors d'oeuvres at and take photos.
Yes, as your new squeeze. I think for the sake of also remembering to kind of maintain character, whatever period of time in flashback Julian also went for her fitting, she was going as Jules, because that's the pretense under which that we're both appearing together. Yes, as your new beau, I'm absolutely looking forward to making some new contacts, and to hobnob with people in high places. What?
Hobnob's a funny word.
Oh, you're such a card, darling.
I'm gonna hob your knob.
Oh well, that's what what the removal of the dress is for, as I understand.
And murder.
Is this some kind of new fighting technique that I haven't heard about before?
It's called
Oh.
having no filter, Ariadne.
Ariadne, it's called oral sex.
Why don't you just call it that then?
Because it's funny.
The mystique is always the interesting part
Yeah.
of it. Ghost.
Okay.
I assume we're also going in depending on how much of this is in scene or in character.
Yes.
Just as
At least-
retroactively, we might have
At least a
referred
good
to
bit
Ari's.
of this is definitely in flashback because incidentally part of going ahead of time was you don't have time to go.
Yeah,
like,
no,
go back.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
some
for a lot of the
montage style.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
For a
Heist
lot of
montage, yeah.
Nevaeh's final fitting, Julian is not present for.
I think it's when Nevaeh is finally poured into their gown, is when Marlowe shows up.
Hi, Willow. You look so handsome.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You look great.
I know. Thank you, though.
We best get together and get on the next transport out. Otherwise, we'll be late.
Right. I shall call the Uber XXL as for me, because I need the whole like trunk, like because I point to the train, like and then a normal Uber for the rest of you. Meeting
All
Julian.
right.
We're gonna meet Jules there. By the way,
Yes.
what name?
Jules,
Yes.
you gave me Jay.
Jay.
I am Jay.
Okay, Jay.
They are Jules.
Yes. And these are my other friends. What should I name you?
No, we're your security. We're not your friends.
Oh, you're my security. Okay.
Remember, we're your security. You have to talk to us like your security, or everything else will go ass up.
You better guard me.
I always do.
That's our job.
Good. Did I do it okay?
You did terrible, but this is what we have to deal with.
I give it a 6 out of 10, honestly, but it's okay because you know celebrities and rich people are eccentric and weird and they like think that they're friends with their employees, but they're really not. And then like the employees are just sort of like, well, I guess we're gonna go along with this because you signed my paycheck or whatever, but don't worry, we are still actually friends, but it's okay. We got you covered.
Taylor nodding along to most of this.
Being the fact that you are someone in that level of high society, you would know how to communicate with them in a natural way. So just be yourself.
Before we go, Xavier, could you do me a huge favor?
What?
Could you make our lovely Taylor here a drink, please? And the way that she's saying it is one to say that maybe they're not going to remember this night.
Oh, right. You want me to give the tailor a drink?
Right, for their services as
Got
a
it.
tip.
You want me to give the tailor a drink?
Yes, he's an excellent bartender, Taylor. Is the Taylor?
It's at that moment. Everyone but Nevaeh will probably hint what Xavier is saying. You want me to give him a drink. In other words, you're telling me to get rid of him and make sure no one knows they are gone kind of situation. So Xavier is pretty much saying, so you want me to kill him is what you're telling me to do.
Do you want to roll dice to see if Nevaeh gets it?
I do want to roll dice and see if Nevaeh gets it.
Ah, yes, my new favorite cocktail, the cement shoes. Deepest drink you will ever have.
It's thick. Real thick.
Okay,
Oh my God.
just to be clear, audience, I asked. This is my fault. All right.
Oh my God, Nevaeh is the most dangerous one of all of us.
I know what I've been saying this entire time.
He can straight up kill the guy right now if he doesn't make this roll.
All right, can I
Kill a guy. What, like it's hard?
All right, will
Okay,
my
yeah.
celebrity background come into this?
it's going to provide you a difficulty. This is way out of your wheelhouse.
Uh-huh.
You don't get what he's hinting at. You think he might just be hinting at like some exotic narcotic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what? I still will survive at an accuracy to this.
Survive would be.
Persevere through harsh, hostile, or unforgiving environments.
I would like to argue that I say yes because you cannot say Nevaeh did not pick up the hint as long as they've been around everyone
Yeah.
here, and especially while being in prison.
You get the +2, not an accuracy. You get the +2 from it, or well, whatever your plus bonus is from.
Okay.
But not an accuracy.
But not the accuracy. Okay, cool. And then pilot grit, right? So it's a +3 altogether. Oh no. Yeah. It's a 12.
Well, luckily enough, you didn't need to hit a 20 to get it. So like, yeah, it takes you a hot second. Like you're almost like about to nod before you realize, oh wait,
and then she's gonna be like, no, just like she's gonna do it that way, like like a hallucinogen or something.
Luckily, you're standing behind.
Yeah, she's like
Taylor, who is like a little bit confused that it's taking this long to like figure out the logistics of a thank you drink, but
just a really fancy, lovely drink that's not going to require a new liver or anything.
Oh, right. One of those type of drinks. Yeah. Here, come over here for a second. I'll make you something that's a family recipe. Or yeah, we'll go with that.
All right. And assuming that you're actually going to like put some kind of like some kind
no,
of.
He doesn't put in. No, actually, he doesn't put in any narcotics. Actually, in there. What he does is he actually just puts in. He just puts in like 2 shots of vodka, a bit of rum, some bitters, a smidgen of vinegar, a shot of vermouth, a shot of gin, a little bit of brandy. Then he takes a lemon peel, peels it off, garnishes it, takes an orange peel, garnishes it with that, adds in a little bit of cherries, some scotch, mixes it all up.
Isn't that just a Long Island iced tea?
Pours into a tall glass and slides it over to the tailor.
Yeah, the tailor has it's nice drink. It's fine. This is fine.
It hits really, really hard. It'll just like
keeps going. Takes you have to make the tailor a couple, which kind of surprises you. But yeah, in short enough order, they are peacefully passed out.
Right.
We'll just call somebody to get him later.
I think if Ariadne is still there, they take like one of the spare bolts of material and just sort of awkwardly spool a little bit of it out to just kind of like drape over the guy and is like,
put a blanket over
it. You are going to have a terrible headache when you wake up. But you will also be thanking your lucky stars that you have been spared the wrath of the most dangerous person aboard this ship.
I like how you call it wrath.
Sleep well. And she just goes like pat on the guy's shoulder. I imagine he's just like really loudly snoring, like oblivious to the danger that he just narrowly avoided, and is like, rest, my child.
Okay, well, now that that's over with, should we get our cars?
Yes.
As y'all are all waiting, like there's like this moment of look on Nevaeh's face that goes, "Oh no, I have to pee."
Yeah, that's a problem.
As I actually go to the bathroom.
Yeah, mercifully, Nevaeh has to have separate transport anyway due to dress-related logistical issues. So for everybody else, is there anything complicated you're going to do with like your transport arrangements. You're gonna upgrade to a new Deluxe. Do you feel like you want to splurge for that? You're gonna okay.
The luxury is for Nevea. The rest of us are schlubs.
This is just work for us.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
I think. Sorry, we've probably as a kind of like, hey, Nivea has 2 dates and probably should arrive at the same time. So the kind of like drop off point is round the corner from the venue, so we can all appear as a unit, but otherwise nothing fancy.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, since you've got a little bit of time before Nevea's transport arrives, and yeah, so you've all got time. You've all the corner's there. You're available. You're all about to meet up. You are distantly aware Moonby is probably waiting for Moonby's fingers crossed. Everyone but Jules. Yeah. So how's everybody looking? How's everybody feeling?
Yeah. Julian is looking outwardly calm, but there is like a sparkle in her eyes. Like she's been looking forward to this for a really long time. And that could be a handful of different things. That could be the fact that this is somebody that she previously used to work with. This could be the fact that, this is another con. This could be the fact that it's, actually a con involving heist society, which was her main wheelhouse back in the day. But it's like putting on an old glove and despite the relaxed body, the body language, you can tell that she's very excited.
Yes, and speaking of excitement, on top of like the fact that the venue is like all active now, and there's certainly more people and things about, you get the distinct impression there's a lot more security uh, canvassing actively. Like they're looking for someone. It's you. They're looking for you, Julian. You know they're looking for you. Specifically
That's
you.
fine. This time we've got the Prosa color on because we need to look like Jules and not look like Julian.
Right. Yeah, and incidentally, yeah, Nevea, you arrive to kind of like the groups agreed upon. Well, not the group minus like Moonby, your like actual group is like waiting on kind of their point. You arrive in you are like very carefully disembarked. Uh, yeah, and now you're all present.
I expect someone to open up the door for me and take my hands and.
Jules does. Good evening, my darling. It's good to see you. You look positively radiant.
You look so nice too. And like take your hand and step out, look for Marlo, so I can like give my other hand to them.
Yeah. Eventually, once you're like fully out of the car, he's at the back of the train making sure it's properly placed.
Oh, honey, you don't need to worry about that. That's why we have security.
It's trying to help.
Man, we are not higher.
Your train. Goodness, Nava, you're so imaginative.
Xavier gets out, just like looks over at Ariadne like a. Yep, picks up the train and like does this and balls it up like with intentional spite and then drops it down. There's your train, ma'am.
You too much act like the boss. Now act like I am your employer.
We're security.
I will handle the train. Marlo get downs and like gently unwinds everything, poofs it, fluffs it out. There. Begin train duty.
Thanks.
Ariadne does the thing where, you know how like whenever people do a photo shoot where they go like do the touch up with the makeup artist or whatever, but they don't really know what to do, so they're kind of just sort of waving their hands around Nevaeh's face and just being like, I've seen people do this and it seems to help, but I don't know what the heck they're doing actually.
You see,
It's
you
just
see like you see like a in like a very small number of onlookers like slow down a little bit because they're like they can like they are familiar enough with high society to realize like Ariadne's not doing anything. Like just wait.
What are you looking at? Look, my boss and I have a very specific working relationship. I'll thank you to keep your eyes on your own business.
Yeah.
Thanks for the backup.
Of course, anytime. At least somebody is really enjoying their role. Looks over at Xavier.
He just looks up, camera pans over Xavier, who's just going.
I would love a, despite probably the distance walking from the car to getting in the venue, probably not being that far. A moment of as we're walking to the venue, Julian strikes up conversation with Nevaeh in the process of, and she drops the voice. Mm-hmm. It's nice to be doing this again. Sorry, but she does still have her actual character voice. However, there we go. Mm-hmm. It's nice to be doing this again.
Again?
Oh, of course. This kind of high society con was my main wheelhouse back in the old career. I'm sure there must be a number of previous acquaintances of yours who suddenly were a little light on funds.
That was you! Impressive work. Thanks.
He was something of a scumbag and a misogynist. I figured that nobody would necessarily admit him. Losing a few cars and a mansion.
Honestly, so many people, like, including myself, was able to just sort of, like, feed off of that because we were all just like, oh no, we're sad. Mark died. Or he's a burn victim. We don't know if he'll get out. And people were like, I got so much clout from that, so thank you, really.
Gosh. It's hard to tell whether sometimes I should describe your approach to things as genius or parasitic, but I suppose that's what they like about you.
I mean, it could be both, right?
It can be both. It's funny, actually, considering we roll in the same circles in different ways. I suppose you were lucky that you were never necessarily a personal target of our crew. In another life, we would have devoured each other.
Probably. You know what I would love to devour right now? Do you see those egg rolls?
With like the kind of same pattern as before of things getting a little too like laughs genuinely and then transitions seamlessly into the character. oh, you absolutely slay me, Nevaeh. This is going to be a very thrilling.
Just wait till this
that
comes
attracts off. That laugh attracts Moonby's attention and you're distantly impressed by like how smoothly and seamlessly it goes from like categorical disgust to to polite oh hi there you are just like that.
Does Moonby just like roll on up to us?
Yeah. This like you don't understand.
So,
like this
as soon as that happens,
you are hers.
As soon as Moonby just rolls right up to us, staying in character of being security, Xavier just imposes himself between Nevaeh and Moonby. And you see him he's selling this character that he made for this, you know? So he's selling this character. He looks down at Moonby like, "Oi, who the fuck are you?"
You see three people just smoothly unfold from behind her, and they're not they don't have like their hands up or anything, but they each like shift their waistcoat like just a little bit, like the threat is obvious and implicit, and she kind of looks up at you and like raises an eyebrow.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Is this one okay?
Yeah, she's fine. She's the one that invited us.
He looks down at Moonby, nods, looks over at the 2 security dudes.
3.
Oh, 3 security dudes.
Yeah.
Looks at them and goes, 3? Not enough. And he steps to the side to let Navaya do their socializations.
I feel like one of them like one of them follows you and is like making like very like professionally offended faces at you, like, and they do not appreciate your attitude.
When one guy does that, Xavier kind of like he locks eyes on them, and he walks right up to them and gets right in their face, like, the fuck are you staring at? You want to go this right now, buddy? I know we're on the job, but we can throw. And what he's doing is he's actually looking for their tattoo.
Okay. A question relevant. Are you like Xavier like pushing them hard enough to try and?
Oh no, he's not
like,
even touching them. He's just like in their face doing that hushed whisper, like intense like whisper you do, if like of like, you know, calling someone out. And he's like hands are in his pockets, not touching them at all, just like right up like an inch away from their face, kind of like seeing what they'll do. But what he's really doing is looking for that tattoo.
Okay, so he just like you just when you notice like and like he's like eventually like with like like a very irritable grunt, like you see like James like turn away from you and stalk off. And like as you get a better look at them, and like as a matter of fact, like their skin is almost suspiciously clean. Like you might even say it's like they look a lot more like some kind of corporate than a gangster.
And he like stares at them for a bit, not seeing the tattoos, like, that's what I thought. And he turns away and walks back to the others.
We did hire some rather Rottweiler-esque bodyguards for this occasion, but it does make us sparkle even more brightly, dear.
We're so shiny.
Mm-hmm. We strike a pose, I think, together simultaneously. And at this point, you actually get a shot of Julian's outfit. Mm-hmm. With Jules being a he/him pronounced person, the outfit is quite masculine, but the shoes, shiny metal tips into a point. The tuxedo trousers, very tight around the thighs, and like a drag king, Julian crotch stuffed, and it is noticeable. And to top it off, instead of like a suit, instead of like a shirt and suit, she is wearing what I believe the anime nerds describe as a virgin killer sweater, which is entirely backless. It goes up as the halter neck around the neck. There is often a cutout window. But yeah, Julian's dancer physique in the back and the arms is fully on display. Jules fucks, everybody.
I think that can be that sign, that message is seen from orbit.
Oh yes,
no doubt in that.
Indeed.
And speaking of things that are communicated through looks alone, you didn't realize somebody could say you look like a whore with their eyes, but Moonby is absolutely saying that at you.
Oh, Julian is smiling so wide, not a speck of spinach nor stringed meat in his teeth.
It's absolute bourgeois disgust.
You can see, I'm going to turn to Moonby. You can see why I have 2 of them to balance it out, right?
At this moment, since I love that everything's going on, I just going full corporate. In this character of Jay, Marlo has just been apologetic and trying to smooth everything over. and just at this precise moment with that comet just stares right at Moonbee, and is combination of deer and headlights, save me. And I am so horrified and terribly sorry.
Okay, let's. I'm gonna ask for a dice roll to see if that sincere. I assume like mostly sincere just plea will get through like the
The sheer
petty,
overwhelming hate.
just the petty rage. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what I can bring to this table. Yeah, this is just a straight up roll.
Okay then. Add that grit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all that Marlowe's got in this situation. 14.
Well, you know what? I'll say he didn't. He did. I don't think you needed a crit to get her to get her to refocus. She's not. She is not that. She is not that angry. At least not yet. Uh. So like yeah, after yeah, you kind of see her with like an effort of will, like kind of like her focus away from Jules and onto you, and then she just okay, and it's like snap, like all of her guards like come to attention, like spread out, calm, don't cause problems. Last thing we need here, problems.
And I'm gonna like lean in. What do you mean? Is there like, do you think there's gonna be problems?
The, the hero himself is here. Politically speaking, this, from certain points of view, this is a powder keg waiting to go off. And frankly, I would really rather not. I want whatever happens afterwards. I at least want this for it.
Indeed, I understand. It will be delightful to meet him. I've never met him up close, of course.
Not as delightful as you are, though, Mimby. You are so amazing. Thank you so much for getting us into this party. These egg rolls are so good. They don't even like leave any crumbs. Like I haven't caught any on my shelf yet. They are
Yeah. Okay. Take the time. Maybe a little bit. We don't have speeches for. We don't have speeches for another 30. Yeah, and after everything, I'm sure you've got. I'm sure you've got some work to do building the contacts back up.
I have a lot of photographs to take. That's why. And I hand my phone over to Ariande. They're here.
Yeah. Do you want me to want to make introductions, or are you gonna be fine?
Like,
oh, I think everybody knows that we're here. Oh, look, she's taking a photo of us, and I'm gonna like wrap my arms around Moonbee and like squish my face against her. Be like, cheese.
And she smoothly adapts like
Yeah.
instantly. It's like it is a surprisingly good photo, and like even as Ariadne is not that good at the photography, like yeah, it comes out good. It's
I
good.
know how to look through a scope. It's, how hard can it be?
Your concerns are different.
That's what
Yeah,
filters are for.
it's true.
The center of focus is weirdly on her neck, but it's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, like you get to this, like people looking at it afterwards get to the distinct impression that like if this were to go viral, perhaps like people would thoughtlessly just start putting reticules on it just because you can just tell exactly where the shot would be placed.
Like
if this was
like Ariane even did the whole like she held to the phone, she took in a slow breath, held her breath for a minute,
Yes.
and then took the picture.
Absolutely. Waited to like steady the hand and everything. Amazing.
Nevaeh is genuinely impressed on how well this photo turned out. Like, it's like, ooh, you should actually do this if you need a gig when we're done.
Fine, it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. It's all
I
fine.
do believe our table awaits, darling.
Oh, yes.
Jay.
Yes. Let's go sit down. I hope that there's... Looks at her dress. You know what? It doesn't matter what I spill. It's a rental.
So, yeah, you all move through the party. One thing I'll say is, Xavier, kind of as you're moving through, eventually you do start, again, you do start to see statues of your people. Specifically, like, it's like figuring out political factions here is difficult, especially because like you are not local and you didn't spend that much time researching, but you can kind of like, especially with like the odd like note from Rumi and perhaps like watching some of the people that she is not talking to or the people that she is like very careful about like engaging with, you can eventually kind of figure out, okay, so my people are mostly, it's like a couple of exceptions maybe, if they're usually backing up like people on kind of the other side.
Um, I think like to kind of like to add into how he's like looking for this as he's walking through this banquet hall, being security for Nevaeh, Jules, and Jay. Um, every now and then he just whips his head to one of the security dudes, like giving them the ones who's like, huh? The fuck are you saying, huh? You want to start right now? That's what I thought. And like he does that randomly, just randomly calling out other security dudes in the middle of this place, like threatening to beat the crap out of them. Like, you know, like a Rottweiler in a chain, like right now. But what he's doing is he's actually being very tactical about this because he's keeping an eye on how they react. Because if a corporate security guy, they would react in like, oh, let me put my hand on my waist or whatever weapon I have, but one of his level guys wouldn't do a single thing. And that is what he's specifically looking for.
Yeah, and you're able to filter them like pretty effectively. You definitely like are also, as a side effect of this, because you are raising your voice a lot, you're attracting attention, and kind of a side effect of that attention.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Still, Jules, I want you to roll kind of like what I'm going to call a disguise roll because yeah, you're being looked for, attention is being attracted. Has your disguise been seen through?
Sure, this is perfectly fine. I would like to employ my background as a con artist for accuracy.
Sure.
I would also like to use my charm and my stay cool to maintain effortlessly in character while I pass off the fact that I should be here and this is all normal.
Okay, yeah.
And that would be everything I would like to use for now.
I'm going to say that this is risky, mainly being that if you don't get a 20 plus to a degree, your cover is going to be blown.
Sure.
Namely, since the person looking for you is quite familiar with you.
Accuracy stacks, doesn't it?
Yes, but instead of like adding directly to the result of the roll, it becomes
the two. Yeah. I would also like to use one of my stream accuracies in addition to, so I'm using 2 accuracies. Gotcha. With that all in mind, I see. Because they're all separate things and they don't get employed. Okay, we're going to have to do it this way. That's fine. So I was like, I'm going to use the roll 20. And then I was like, that actually is inappropriate for what I'm trying to do here. So we're rolling 1d20 plus 2 for my charm, plus another 2 for my stay cool, plus 1 for my grit, and then we'll roll the additional 2d6 and take it better. So that is already a 24.
Yep.
And we could roll the additional accuracies, but we don't need to.
You really don't, and it wouldn't change much.
But that is spent, so I will remove that from. Oh, it's already been done. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I can leave it there.
That I would like to do in addition to whatever response happens here,
Sure.
because there's a prosocollar, it actually intentionally flickers at some point and goes down. And Julian has, in advance, used makeup to do a very convincing, like, wine-stained skin condition. And then it comes back up again.
So essentially, like, when it goes down for a second, you look like Jules, but much shabbier.
Yeah. Jules is like being like in a kind of like, please don't look at my condition. I wear this prosocollar so everybody can see.
Oh, as soon as Jules says that, Xavier walks right over to Jules and puts his hands on Jules' shoulders, like, "Boss, are you okay? Are you fine? Are you okay?"
I'm fine. I lost my cool for a second there. Just to kind of like, yes, I am wearing a prosocollar to hide myself, but there's a very specific reason why.
I look like they're like, who the fuck dropped the boss? I'll make sure I go find out who did this to you. All right, don't worry.
It's okay. We're all fine here. Please, you sit down, enjoy some punch, enjoy the evening, darling.
All right. And he nods.
He does look after me. He does look after me. He truly cares about my well-being. Yes, indeed. It's great to have wonderful people assisting us.
He's already heading over to the punch bowl, and he's yelling from where he's at on the punch bowl. I would die for you, boss!
Oh my god. Julian, like, micro expression. I need you at a 2 and you're a 13. But there's like a small kind of expression flash of kind of like, oh, but it's fine, we're cool. I would die for you. Jesus Christ. Right.
This feels like the appropriate time to slip away.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm going to say that, like, for people who want to, like, slip away, as long as they're not Xavier or Julian, you can actually do that. Like, you can make a roll to do that, like, with a bonus accuracy, because just like they're all, like, almost literally has become the new center of this event.
Okay.
And also, Xavier, I'm gonna ask you, like, are you disguised? Like, are you actually disguised? Sorry,
you muted Wally. Yeah.
Yeah, he is disguised actually. He actually combed his hair differently. He's wearing shades. He put in a couple of piercings in one ear. He's not wearing a tie. Like, his shirt is like buttoned down halfway. So he looks like if Xavier was like the most rough and tumble, like, thug, like, grunt, like, gang member out there, pretty much. Like, who has a body count is what he's trying to go for.
Okay.
Basically, opposite of the cool-headed Xavier.
It's all Nevaeh could afford.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna make this roll in the open, and this is mainly because, like, yeah, you're attracting enough attention that actually, like, your people, like the people who otherwise might have recognized you immediately, like, as they pay attention to you because of all this noise you're making. Let's see if somebody manages to make the connection anyway. No, they do not.
So we roll to stealth away, essentially.
If you would like.
I would, but I ended up with a 12 total. So
that's more than 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is more
okay.
than 10. So,
I always like I'm still learning how it's like when does a crit matter and when does it not. I'm like, hopefully it's fine.
It's fine. As far as Hiro Tanaka is aware, you're probably dead.
Yeah, that's true. As far as most people are aware, I'm dead, except for, the people in
Present
this Zoom
company,
call.
sure.
So,
There is an active role that I would like to make as separate to the kind of covering myself, but I'll wait until Marlo does their thing first.
Yeah, I'm going to slip away, but with a very specific purpose. Because thing with these sort of these sort of get-togethers, like security is usually set up at a very specific point. Oftentimes, it's near a kitchen. They'll co-opt a space, a storage space, put all their gear and everything there. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for the exact opposite. I am looking for pretty much the maintenance control area. Because if there is one place where I can wreck everyone's day, it's there. So using hack or fix, get somewhere quickly, act unseen or unheard. And then the accuracy provided by Xavier's belligerence. To see if I can get there unnoticed.
All right, rolling bones.
13.
Despite that D20's best efforts, yeah, you're able to make it into a like. Well, you're able to make it into like the I don't know the a what you might think of like a secondary like service area where like some computers have been set up that kind of like things are kind of running, and fortunate enough, at least for the time being, doesn't look like anybody is in there at the moment. Maybe like perhaps whoever would be in here is like gotten up to go to the bathroom or something. Like you're not sure how much time you've got, but you think you've got some time to do something with.
That's all I need. Let's see what Julian's got up their sleeve.
A thing I want to check in general, separate to the role, is Hiro Tanaka in the room?
Yes.
Fantastic. While we're inside the main building at this point, in a similar fashion to Julian casing the joint outside, she is now actively looking around the space and making a note of what security surveillance systems rather are actually in the room.
I think probably the most spectacular is just complete and active. Like as much as attention has definitely been attracted toward you and also Xavier, like at the same time, there's still like a lot of people like very actively looking for assumedly you.
Now, there is a thing that I would like to make true, which makes sense within the world of fiction, and I can raise it now or roll it to make it happen, either or.
Speak your mind.
Sure. So to tie in stuff that has happened in fiction previously, in addition to Hiro Tanaka being a surveillance paranoiac, and the encounter with Alto Andromeda previously, where we note that she had an eye that was also a camera and a digital interface that she could scan information with. I would like Hiro Tanaka to also have one, because why would he rely on surveillance detail on other people when he can do it himself?
I'll raise you one better, and I'll say he's got two. He doesn't use his like the same way that Alto used hers, namely like Alto kind of replaced the eye more to have like all her data always on her person and in a very unobtrusive place, like unlikely to be hacked, unlikely to be noticed, never mind hacked or accessed without her knowledge or permission. Whereas Hero was instead very focused on ensuring that he like everywhere he looked, he was getting as much information as he could handle. And that means, and yeah, some might say that that creates a vulnerability. hero would say that like even the information he would receive from a hacking attempt is itself valuable. So,
Hmm.
you want to do?
In that case, with that established, the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure level plan that I would like to do is not going to fire just yet. We can continue with enjoying our delightful evening, our delightful low-key evening.
Yeah, low key evening. I'm telling you right now, this whole shit stuff is going up on Instagram. So yeah, have fun with that.
Mhm.
Yeah. No. Now that I am in my little play pen, um, what systems do I have access to in here?
Okay. You would let's see here, like with quick like quickly, you think you could probably like get a message. You think you could probably like get a message sent out, maybe like get a foot in the intercom, or perhaps get access to like whatever whatever universal frequency that like all of security's on. You think you could get your foot in that? If you wanted to go deeper, you know that would need time. And again, you're alone for now, but you don't know how long you'll be alone for.
I want to do something simple and terrible. Um, I've worked as a sound technician. The worst thing you can do is cause feedback,
Oh my god!
especially multiple feedback loops.
I've been.
So
Oh no!
I'm going to patch all those different channels, systems, as well as transmission from the ballroom. So when anyone's about to make the speech, it is just a series of feedback loops
But
through everything, through if they've got like one of the walkie-talkies, it's going to go through there. It's going everywhere. I'm going to make this sound hell.
you're a piece of shit. Roll
I'm over there for a reason.
As an AV technician, this makes me very upset what you're doing.
I'm so
You don't-
upset
you don't
right now. I'm so
like-
physically ill from thinking about it. But go
You
ahead.
don't understand. I almost want to just on pure spite just end this right now, but I have to allow it. I hate it so much.
Because of your hate and my respect for it, I'm going to use my one crit.
All right.
Let them reconcile the mess I have created.
Yeah. Okay. So like.
And I'm going to lock them out and leave.
Yep. And God, you're like yeah, because it's as it turns out like, and you realize like as you're leaving, like you get a ways down and you like turn a couple corners and like find somebody coming the other way who you realize is probably headed the way you were coming, and oh, they weren't gone from their perspective that long, so they didn't bother locking anything out. It was really easy for you to just, oh, I can just do commands. Okay, let's go. So you do it, and like yeah, back on. Okay, from your perspective, Marlo, like you hear a brief but like loud, but like actually pretty loud, like not painfully so, but like actually pretty loud, like brief and then silence. Uh, like all of you who are like on the floor, like for the next 15 seconds or so, like you can't hear shit. Like you can't, like it's blown out. You see like a few of the security people like straight like hit the ground like stunned. Uh, and like a few other people who are like not as like keyed in, like wince in pain and like fling like earpieces like out of their ears and like yeah, congratulations, you rule. Nobody can talk to anybody in here. Like nobody like once everybody's hearing comes back, they have to physically talk to each other. Like yeah, you have ruined everybody who was on this, everybody who was communicating on like the security channel, they can't use no, they can't do it. They can't. It hurts so much. Yes, they are distracted because it hurts so much.
At that point, I'm going to walk into the room, and because I've seen earlier Julian looking over a ways at the well-dressed man that has been pointed out as hero, I'm just going to walk in the room, and this is incredibly ill-advised, but I'm going to do it anyway. I am just going to lock eyes with Hero. I'm going to smile. And then I'm going to walk back to the bar. I'm not going to sit with everybody else. I'm just going to go to the bar, grab a ramaki, so delightful bacon wrapped liver, and just casually eat it at the bar.
Okay, so before I get to Hero's response, does not this shit, not this shit. Does anybody else like want to like react, do things?
Do we make this
Ow!
happen now? No, go ahead.
I mean, I will say that with my sort of, just as a quick interjection, because this is like a 2-sentence thing, with Ariadne's sneak around role, it's basically been the sort of slip into the background of the crowd and find the advantageous position, just in case. So they're pretty like aware of the, oh, are we doing this now body language that's going to happen, but ideally, if this is the kind of party where I can get like a second tier balcony view, like if this is the Hitman level, this is when I go up to the second tier sort of balcony view, and some person's walking around, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm supposed to be here. So, just look like between the suit and that, maybe some like fancy undercover security person. It happens. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping with that.
Out of character, Navaya, would you be down for helping me spirit away our target to another room?
Absolutely. I have so much room underneath this dress.
Okay, so at this
No.
kind of moment of everybody's ears being like, outside, there is a flickering at the end of the corner block, and security guards or whatever outside in one of those areas that you previously established that more people are looking at. There is a flickering Julian just outside, because Julian decided to not go into this alone, or at least just with their crew. She also has a mech that is a little larger than human-sized, for one, and two, leaves holograms behind them when they move, and when they move, they are invisible.
And has a really nice hat.
Okay, so doing that, I'm going to ask for a roll. Look, it's a little bit weird. A little bit weird. Basically, like the effect is like how well are you, like how well is Jackpot able to like draw people away, taking into account the fact that because fuck you, Harlow, the fact that you have blown out their communications actually means they might not all notice now.
So this is the thing. We're not going to draw everybody over to where Jackpot is necessarily. We just need multiple cameras to see this hologram of Julian.
Okay. So, okay, it's adjusted mentally. Put the pool together, and with the addition of only a single die of difficulty from the downed communications. Like security is they're kind of scrambling right now. They don't know what the fuck is anything.
I intentionally banked mentally one of my auto crits for this, so I'm sorry. but let me tell you a tale. We have our man Hiro Tanaka. He's covering his ears and possibly looking through his cyber eyes to be like, what the fuck is going on? And sees out in the street Julian Tablinat. Julian Tablinat starts pirouetting. Julian Tablinat then detonates because the special effect of the dusk lets me read the thing because we got there. We have a flicker field projector. When you boost or make a standard move, you can project a holographic pattern around you, leaving dazzling after images that make it hard to discern your precise location. And and also the Hall of Mirrors effect of the dusk thing. For the rest of the scene, whenever you start a unique movement during your turn, you leave behind a holographic imprint, which in this case is Julian. So this hologram basically explodes like a flashbang directly into Hiro Tanaka's cyber eyes from about 3-4 cameras simultaneously.
Yeah. Okay, he's not having a great time, but luckily this is not the worst, not the worst, like cyber attack he's had to field uh, in his lifetime.
Yeah.
So like he he keeps his composure pretty well. And like although like one thing you do see is that like a few of like the people like very close to him who like you seem to notice like aren't actually that they're kind of like shit what's going on. They're not like laid out or stunned the way other guards were guessing like maybe he intentionally like kept people off of the network just in case some really complex shit happened. Uh, and like you see him like physically like tap both of them and like while like closing his eyes in what you and like holding them closed, what you realize is like actually just a very quick like he's literally rebooting his eyeballs right now just to clear some of this shit up. He then points holds up a few fingers and like motions for them to go and you see like people like smoothly peel off to like uh follow up on whatever that is.
And
Then,
in
like
that
once he
moment
like
of
opens his
closing
eyes
his
back.
eyes and dismissing people away, Jules nudges Navaya. Oh, we should go and talk to our fabulous host.
Absolutely. Link's arms with you. Let's go.
Okay, I will say while you're doing that, as he opens his eyes back up, you see him like laser focused on Marlon. Not where he's going. Are you going to intercept? Are you going to intercept?
Yes. Oh, yeah. This is, I think in the kind of like, if he's like laser focused on Marlowe, immediately after this mysterious cyber attack, he's immediately interrupted by two very loud bitches coming over. Being like, hi!
Oh!
Gosh, what an evening!
What's happening here? It's just so loud. I can't hear anything. I'm sorry.
Good evening.
Who are you? Nabaya Russo.
That's my name. Hi.
And like and then like looks around a little bit looks around like a little bit sees like glances over at Marlowe glances back at Marlowe again and then like seems to and like kind of like looks around like sees Moonby who is like all from like somewhat of a distance like wincing a little bit herself but has at least the presence of mind to go yeah, when she finally realizes like A, Jules is his problem now, and B, actually like
This is a little
I think you realize that she
advantageous to
probably.
her.
I think you realize she never thought of. Wait a minute. I can antagonize him with Navaya, and I didn't even have to do anything. This is great. And like yeah, she like does like a little catty wave from like across the room. What do you want? What do you want?
Well, I
Business.
mean, we've never officially met yet before, but it's so nice to meet you. I don't know if you heard, but I did a little time somewhere.
You don't have to be coy. I know exactly who you are. I know exactly where you came from. I'm not sure why you're here, but sure.
You know all that information, but you still seem to have the same old blind spots to mark out.
And yeah, I assume like as I assume the performance indicates that was definitely in Julian's
in Julian's voice rather than in Jules.
Yeah, and like at that he freezes like
no,
in a gesture that like you've seen him you very rarely saw him do that Ariadne like actually would recognize like as kind of something that he would kind of something he did often uh one eye swivels like to look directly at you while the other like quickly like swivels like in a couple other directions just like basically to like yeah in what you like what Ariadne recognizes as always like especially when something surprises you check around make sure that somebody isn't about to shoot you yeah, and what like everybody else might just see as a really uncomfortable. Oh, geez, his eyes are looking in they're going in different directions. That's weird. Not comfortable with that. Yeah, and like then he like unfreezes. He unfreezes. Of course.
I met a few people there.
The gender flip gets us every time.
It's I figured that since we worked together previously, you'd be covering up your old bad habits, but
you see him tapping. You see him like tap his wrist. Did he keep his quick?
I just walked straight up to you. Don't worry, no guns, nothing offensive like that. I just wanted to have a chat with an old colleague of mine. I'm sure you'll give me that much of your time.
Like again, like you see him like he like refocus his attention on Marlowe, like turns like shifts his head like a little bit. Ariadne, I know you're in disguise. And like
and in darkness.
I'm disguised and hidden, and as far as he knows, dead, or as far as Hero knows, dead rather.
Yeah.
Unless he knows something I don't know he knows.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't not believe that you are dead. However, he's had a lot of shocks. He's had a lot of shocks today, and he is on the lookout for things that might not fit.
Okay.
Therefore, he is like going to roll to notice. He won't like unless he somehow crits. He's not going to recognize you, but he is going to recognize that you are there and like watching.
That there's someone there.
Yeah.
Could I spend one of my auto crit successes to do the like I don't know, like basically like fade into the shadows, because there's people that are walking around up here on the second level, I'd imagine. So basically do the thing where like I'm standing behind somebody, but I'm in profile and they're like standing straight, so I can kind of like stealth around them. Like I really, really, really don't want him to see me. It's okay if like that's not an auto crit and I have to roll for it. But
if you're willing to blow like that resource on it, I'll say yes.
Yeah, I am. This is what I've saved it for sure.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'll blow the auto crit on that.
Okay.
I counted it already.
So like yeah, is
and I think that also during like the whole kerfuffle that happened where no one could talk to each other or anything, that is when Xavier started going into like, okay, now we're gonna get this done. Is he dropped the whole persona and he just slid off to the side, and he's pretty much like meticulously taking out the ones that are like him, the security guards that Hero hired, and is going after each one of them and not taking them out, just asking them, why are you doing this? This is far below your pay grade. You're way better than this. And I'm trying to find that one person that knows me well enough that I could get that good info out of.
Let's see here. Okay, they're really like they are also very off balance right now. So I'm gonna say this is going to be a dice roll to see if you aren't just like what the fuck are you doing? Step up, like to see if they don't like.
Oh no,
hardcore
yeah,
kill you.
like he's not being like random about this. He's being very meticulous about this. He's being very quiet toned. He's not like grabbing someone. He's just like approaching, like while they're in the confusion, he just walks up behind them and asks them that question in a very hushed tone kind of way.
Like yeah. Basically, this dice roll is like partially to make sure that like because you do have to like you do have to do a lot of canvassing, a lot of people. Like there's a lot of people you have to get through. Like basically, this is still very much a do you actually get what you want or do you get drift off between like bad luck and the situation that did not quite connect. So yeah, let's pull together.
I am going to use my one of my auto crits though for this because yeah, it's saving up for this.
Okay. Before you have to like canvas, like before you have to like get down to like the canvassing, you're able to like to actually like recognize you're able like to recognize like some people like sort of like naturally falling back to to a like classic defensive position, and you realize that like would be at the center of this defensive position, like of this kind of defensive position, wouldn't be the client. He wouldn't be that priority. No, that's the kind of defensive position you fall back to make sure that the gang and the boss comes out okay. And in the center should be. And that is who you're able to because like it still takes a little bit of time for that position to come together. You're able to like slip inside, like, research shoulder, and like knowing that like this is definitely like the highest level here, possibly on planet. What okay.
All right. So I'm taking all that in, and I'm noticing that, and as that the cacophony and the kerfuffle slowly like dies down, I slip back into that persona, and I make my way over to be security again for Jules and Nevaeh.
Okay, I'm sorry. Could you repeat like what you said to knowing that you were talking to like the boss? What did you say?
Okay. Then I go tell you because I didn't realize I was talking to the boss. Okay. After he realizes that, he kind of just like in that normal voice of his, he goes, it's honestly pretty interesting to see that you decided to just take a job for some guy who got rich with pure luck. What's going on here?
Do you wait for a response or do you just go?
I wait for his response.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you think all he's got is luck, you're a dead sight more ignorant than I thought you were.
All right, what does he have on you? Because you're above this. This is not like you taking a job like this.
No one is above money in a galaxy like this. You need security.
All right. I have one more question then. Why'd you guys leave me in prison? You said you guys were going to come and take care of me. You guys said you were going to come help me out of there. I didn't expect to be in there as long as I did. I don't mind it. I don't mind what came from it. I just want to know why.
He's silent for like a long moment, and eventually, like, again, like not like quite turning to look at you. He says, "We just couldn't afford to. Circumstances changed. We got left behind."
So after everything I did for you guys, I'm just another number to you.
We couldn't afford the cost, and we didn't pay it.
See, that clears up a lot for me. Thank you. And he just slips right back, like really quiet, just slips away and headed over to the others.
Are you gonna? Okay, no, I'll say like I am starting to say you did stick around long enough that like people notice. They marked you like if you bother to look back, you think you see him like hold up, you see him like hold up like a brief like don't do it like the hand of don't do anything as you're going back. But like yeah, like uh, your people are watching you.
I head over to the others and I lean over to Marlo and like to like the whisper in the ear.
Well, actually, while you're having that conversation, yeah, because yeah, this is all happening.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes,
yeah. Okay, so that's actually like derailed me a little bit. About where were we in the conversation with Hero?
Yes. Well, I found myself somewhat lost these days. My best work that I was doing was when we were working together with the rest of the syndicate. And, well, now that I'm no longer working as a con artist, I don't really know what to do with my life anymore. So, would you consider employing me again? We did such fabulous work together.
Like you see his eyebrows raised and he doesn't dignify. Like you see his eyebrows just raised and he doesn't dignify it with a response like in the universe signature of no, but really though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was a hurdle. Oh, you think I'm kidding? Oh, no. Like, you should know from all the work that we've done, there's nothing more dangerous than pretty people with nothing to lose. And as Julian kind of like slips an arm around Navaya, you have two choices, really. We can work together again, get to the heights, earn incredible sums of money. Or, well, I have nothing else to do with my time except make your life miserable.
I'm going to ask this out of character. Like, is this offer sincere and genuine?
Oh, it is very sincere. Julian knows nothing but being a con artist, and she can't do that work alone. She can't get those big bucks just by hustling people on the side street. It requires a crew, and she had a favorite one.
Okay, so like yeah, you see it like see it like he blinks like he blinks a couple of times. Again, depending on like where Ariadne is, she can recognize like kind of a tell from like him when he is like processing information. As far as we can tell, Julian, this isn't something he did when he was doing when he was rolling with you. At least if he was doing it, you didn't see it. Uh, Again, kind of like blinks rapidly a few times, and then like slowly says, "Complication, kind of corporate. Can't. There's not a lot of ways for me to not be that."
After all
Corporations
these
have cons
thousands and
too.
millions of credits. Hmm.
Sorry,
Sorry,
I'm
I
sorry.
talked over you again.
Yeah,
Oh,
what did you say there?
she goes, well, corporations need to have cons too.
He kind of like nods to like acknowledge that point.
I
But
must
like,
say, this is a bit of a disappointing that you decided to work for a call, but yes, Navai makes an excellent point. And I'm sure you need somebody with the same kind of, you lack somebody with the same kind of social lubricant that Navai could offer.
the decision kind of predates you. I've always been working uh, for.
That's really disappointing.
That's life, lady.
I have a name.
There was like a. Yes. In fact, Julian shuts up and just kind of looks angrily at at Hero, kind of like, yeah, she has a name.
Oh, my Nevea Russo. That's
Nevea Courtney
right.
Russo. Thank you.
You're welcome. And anyway, that
Well, she has to add to
I
this
suppose,
conversation.
unlike yeah, unlike you, I did not have the luxury of being born into money. All I had was most of a skill set. If I wanted to get anywhere with that, I had to sign on. So I did.
I
And
suppose leaving me with with a suitcase full of tracked credits and thrown into Supermax was part of your three-step scheme to getting rich quick yourself. Hmm?
it wouldn't have been my choice, but I didn't have the luxury of I didn't have the luxury of saying no. If you're willing to, if you're actually still willing to work with me, I'm sure I could make something happen. I'm sure I can make something happen for us. But
Well, what better time to start than today? You've just been kind of very large sum of money that, as I understand, you're going to be spending on orphans or whatever, when really we could spend that on a holiday.
He gets in the
oh,
orphans on holiday.
he kind of like looks over at Navaya because like yeah again in what the audience like recognize as a callback like yeah what you just did there absolutely sounded like let's kill some orphans. He's like what the fuck, like he's looking at you as like the equivalent of Jesus what the fuck, like looks like glances over at Julian to see like is that did she really just say that?
Julian blinks. As I say, nothing scarier than pretty people with nothing to lose.
I'm not I'm not gonna we're not putting thousand orphan money or orphans.
Look, you don't have to go and make decisions now. This is a very attractive offer, a business deal that I'm setting up with
Yeah,
you,
it's not.
and it needs time to process. So I tell you what, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this fantabulous banquet that you've provided, this charity dinner, and when we step on the way out, you can just slip a cred stick of the accrued money my way, and we can go spend it later. And if not, or at the very least, I expect to be able to walk out of here scot free. I was never one for enacting physical violence on people when we were doing cons, but if you do try and stop me or Navaya, well, whoever tries to stop us might be very cleanly cut in half.
After all, we
She
don't like
says,
violence.
offering her arms wide. She is carrying no weapons on her. What the fuck?
After all, we don't like violence, but I'm pretty sure there's people here that do.
Do we both fucking Ojo Summer laugh like simultaneously? We just go, "Oh, oh, 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 oh."
Yeah, like you perhaps you notice that like as soon as you have to notice that like at the fact that like he's obviously like, kind of like stressed and confused. Like
Mhm.
you can like spot like in the just camera swivels over to Moonby who is like having an absolutely fantastic time watching this. Like
Yeah, we both laugh simultaneously, and Booby's like, yes, good.
like clearly ruining his day somehow. Doesn't really care about the details. Like couldn't overhear it. Fine, who cares? Fuck that guy. Lamau got him. And
Out of characterly, Nevaeh has no idea why we're here. She just knows to like follow everyone's lead and get them in here. Like,
Mhm.
she has no idea what the actual goal is. She assumes you're gonna try to kill Hero, but now we're doing deals with him. Just gonna roll with it. Like,
Mm-hmm. Out of curiosity, how does Navaya feel about the implicit suggestion that Julian would like to start up Con Syndicate 2.0 now featuring Navaya?
I mean, she needs a gig. Like,
The offer is open. It's just whether our
and
boy Hero's down.
and it depends on the rest of her crew and see what the rest of her new besties are all in for, because she will.
you know,
Okay, like out of characterly, these are the most genuine relationships she's ever had, so she will do whatever it takes, like to keep them. So if that means,
Similarly,
yeah,
Julian is making this suggestion without having spoken to anybody else
Mhm.
aside from this previously.
Just
She
assume that
doesn't
you have.
actually kind of care what they want with
Mhm.
Hero. She just had her. She was able to get her way in and get the thing that she wanted, as con artists want to do. It is in their nature. But she has nothing more to add to this conversation. So unless the Novaya has any kind of parting words, Julian's preparing to kind of step back and enjoy the rest of her evening.
The only thing that you might hear is maybe a muffled sound from Nevaeh's dress.
Mm.
you steal a cat.
What?
You steal a cat.
Did she steal a cat?
If you steal
Or
a
is it
cat,
or is it the cat from the ship? It's the cat from the ship.
Yes.
It's the cat from the ship.
smuggled in a cat.
I'm having a full-on Trigun moment here, folks. Where it's
Keep
just
the cat. Why did you bring the cat with you?
where
Because
now
it
the
can,
cat is
because it can carry a
is
gun.
slipping out. The cat is slipping out of Nevaeh's dress. It has like a working animal's like sort of sleeve with a 9mm on the back, and it is slipping out, going through the crowd, leaps onto one of the tables, and starts nibbling at some cheese at the pate.
And they just
God,
accept
this
it like
is-
it's normal.
Like you see, like a lot of people like just kind of like stop and like stare at that. and his gun, and like you see like Hero as you're dressed on the movie, like you notice like his like one of his eyes like focus on it, seems like change color a little bit, blink again, and like you just kind of like watched all this happen, and
Look, you gotta have a mascot.
and like he kind of like blinks again, like looking back back to Nevaeh.
What?
Marlo, yeah, rolling.
Oh. Soon as the Marlo, he looks over at Marlo. Marlo has noticed the looking over at Moonbee, and he's just mirroring whatever Moonbee's doing at the moment. So if it's the looking at laughing at him, it's precisely that. Because Marlo's just going for, hi, we're with Harrison Armory. We know you're a shit. We have sent the worst humans we could find to interact with you and ruin your party.
Again, he's not making the Harrison connection, partially because Harrison usually tends to be a lot less subtle. He's currently just pretty sure, okay, he's with Moonbeam. I guess you just picked up a good hacker and they're fucking with me, and I don't like it, but at least I can at least choose not to dignify that with a response. And yeah, and like he turned very deliberately turns away from Marlo and Moonbee. Julian, you get a little ping on on your communicator, like with just a location, like one of the one of the external doors, that was not as locked when you were when you did your earlier casing, and let's see. Uh, and like he kind of visibly kind of like rattles a little bit, goes the effort of putting his game face back on and getting himself like recomposed, and kind of like goes back to meld into the party, which has now mostly just coalesced around like people watching the cat's gun, but like a few and, like people are kind of like visibly wondering like whether or not like they should try to take the gun away, because they're not sure like is that gonna make things worse? Like do we just leave the gun with the cat? Is it fine? Like the cat is the cat's just eating food, whatever. Cat's having a great time.
I imagine that there's a flashback scene where like Marlo and Nevaeh have plotted this out just in case they needed extra gun. It's to remote control that gun on that cat's back if need be, from Marlo's side.
Like we first tried it, and then we realized we can't remote control it without it endangering the cat, so we're just going to use the cat as a holster.
Mm.
But by all means, I mean, when in doubt, cause chaos. And a cat with a 9mm just walking around the party is just going to distract everyone.
Yep, it's true.
This is the best idea ever. We don't need to tell anyone about this.
It's true. We didn't need to tell anyone about this. I had so much room underneath that dress. We put the knife first so as not to reveal the secret of the cat, and then the cat. The cat was waiting in the car, like.
Yeah, no, we got the cat in the car with a little tin of tuna. It's all good.
Yeah.
It
also has a bow tie.
Cat. Oh my god.
Secret cat collusions.
Like, just cause as much chaos as possible, because I don't know what the end goal here is with everyone. Nevaeh is here just for moral.
I did Marlo. Marlo just knows we're going here and we're going to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
So
I was under the impression we're going to kill Hero, but it looks like we're not. But Xavier doesn't know this.
Oh yeah, Xavier sees Hero like walking off, like quickly composing himself. There's a cat with a gun.
Jules.
You know that cat. Probably not that specific gun, but you know that cat.
He looks at the cat, looks at Hero, looks over at Marlowe, looks over at Nevaeh and Julian. Definitely the cat is their fault. I blame them.
Jules, honey.
Oh yes, darling. What can I do for
As
you?
Hero is going by. After hearing that little plan of yours, I was just wondering, do we actually need Hero, or do we just need someone who can be Hero?
Ah, my dear, my love. What I need is somebody who can carry a cred stick outside, and then afterwards. Julian is smiling so wide. You've never seen her smile wider.
Like Xavier is looking over at Ariadne up at the balcony that looks over at them, like.
Oh, actually, to that end.
Oh, actually, I'm like this because I have the cat under my arm. So I'm like,
God. To that end, I think Marlowe, Xavier, and Ariadne in the middle of kind of like sign languaging at each other across.
Wait a minute, Xavier, you picked up the cat.
I just picked
Okay,
up the
okay,
cat. Why
so,
is this cat here? It's like,
okay,
I really picked up, like, why is a cat here?
You picked up the cat, and like as soon as that happens, like most of the party associates the cat with, oh, it's that guy who started everything. Oh, that okay. This makes sense. This makes sense.
It makes sense now. Yes, this totally makes sense.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, this is him. And like, yeah, that actually kind of caused everybody like to lose interest a little bit. Say, oh, okay, yeah, this makes sense. Whatever.
Yes, this is his tactical cat holster.
You kind of feel like Xavier, like back in your head, like so many people like they don't know what the fuck to make of you right now. Like they're kind of like everything is like clicking together. Oh, that's it. I still got that. What the fuck? What? Yeah. What? What?
That's the cat. I mean, it's a cat, man. I'm not gonna pass up a free cat. I'm just gonna pet the cat. I'm like, well, I just see Xavier looking like the most like incredibly frightening and imposing. I think this cat in the middle of this room is like, I have no idea why this cat is here, but I'm just gonna pet it.
So because a thing that because to tile this separate plot threads in and what people might be doing, because Hero sent a location in the building to Julian, which Julian received. She has like a heads-up display in her clothing as part of her kit. She forwards that location on to everyone else.
Cool.
And a message that says, once I part ways with him, do what you need to do, with no further elaboration. She doesn't need to elaborate. However they interpret that. However they choose to interpret that, it's good for Julian and bad for him. So she no longer cares. But yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. So
Pop, pop.
just clean up the situation. Got it.
Speaking of the situation, eventually, Xavier, you're approached by one of your people, not the boss. Kind of looks at the cat, back up at you. There's a little bit of judgment there. You're not comfortable with it, but
I can still kick your ass even though I have this cat. What do you want?
Yeah. What do I? Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. Yeah. What are? Are you a problem?
Just petting the cat away. I won't be a problem at all. I just think that no. I myself won't be a problem at all during this. Isn't that right? We won't be problems at all, won't we? We won't be problems at all, won't we? He turns the cat around and moves that one. Wait, hold on. Oh, we won't be problems at all. We won't be problems now, will we? No, we won't be problems. And he goes back to petting the cat.
Excellent.
That is actively terrifying.
He's being honest. He's saying he's not going to do a single thing.
All right. All right. Cool. And he's turns, walks away, like trudges off. Seems kind of. He feels like it seems like whatever, however long his day's been, it's gotten so much longer. And yeah, he's gone. Like communicates like with his guys. They like you see messages being passed on.
I instantly message Ariadne and says, "Whatever you're gonna do it fast, make it clean, make it quick. I can't give you backup for this."
Okay. She's gonna call, or not call. She's going to, just like respond quickly in the affirmative. Follow Hero wherever it is that he's gone, and on her way there is gonna take one of those egg rolls that Navaya was talking about, off of one of the trays, put it into their pocket, a special pocket. And then it's gonna go follow Hero.
Okay. Say that one thing with following Hero is that there's still like speeches to do for this whole charity benefit thing, and so like if you want like, do you want to like follow Hero like closely? Do you want to just follow his progress? Like,
so he's giving speeches and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, no, he is like arguably the second most important here.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just double checking that like that's what he's about to go actively do now, because what I want to do is see if I can get him alone or something like that in a like green room or a staging area, like right off to the side before they go, you know, go actually get up on the podium and talk. You know how they always have like a VIP room or something for that.
Was the credits deal already made though?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No. The distinct implication was that was after the fact, and currently he has been more than a little bit rattled. So yeah, I'll straight up.
So after the speech is when. Okay, cool. Just making sure that we have the timeline right. Okay, so I'm gonna, I guess then just, you know, to retcon a little bit, we'll scope out and see where there's a green room, where there's some kind of like AV something or other, some weird little pocket that like staff goes and hands out things to VIPs and nobody notices.
Okay. I say that probably you're able to like discuss that enough to figure out like if I want to get him in a room alone, I've got one opportunity, and basically you understand like no matter what, it's going to be risky and dodgy to get it. Like you're like even in the event like you know like the room that like the room in the and like kind of the situation you picked is it's your best shot like at getting in like alone after he's made this speech, has some time to calm down, like and like we'll probably want to have like some privacy while he like de-stresses a little bit, maybe like does a little bit of planning before going on to this next thing here and like getting this surreptitious deal done. But like there's no but like basically describe why this diet goal that I'm about to call for is heroic. maybe he's paranoid enough that he doesn't walk in that room alone anyway, or he is, or like all kinds of unfortunate things that could just happen. That'll
make
that'll
this
make
more.
this that'll make this a confrontation and not an ambush on your terms.
Okay, so I think what makes this happen is that I guess he like goes in and does the sort of thing where he like waits for the door to close behind him, but it just sort of hits the frame a little bit and stays slightly cracked open. So there will be some noise, but speed is more important than that right now. And Ariadne is like
rolling dice.
Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do, just because like she's got something she wants to say before she tries and like does this. And is just like, Mr. Tanaka, have you gotten a chance to try the egg rolls yet? And she pulls the egg roll out of her pocket. It's shaped a little funky, kind of squished, maybe a little bit. Does he say anything?
Like you said you were trying to get him like alone. That was part of what that was what the dice roll. Like that was what the dice roll was for. Yeah, to get this to happen at all is
okay. I'm gonna use my donated accuracy then.
Okay.
Oh shit, that's a 10.
I mean, that's good.
That is good, yeah.
Not nothing.
Not nothing, but it's not heroic. So like as you like pull open the egg roll and like speak, the gun is in your face. Like the pistol is out. Like it is. You can all like if you lean forward like a millimeter, it would be touching your skin.
Oh, I'm that close?
Yeah, like he's like
okay.
Like he would like he reacted absurdly fast. Like you're alone in this room with him. And he's got a gun.
Okay. She'll just sort of very slowly like lean in close. Do you know who I am?
Here.
You should, because I know who you are. And with that, she takes the egg roll, and just a teeny little like flash of a pointy tip of a knife sticking out of the end of it as she shivs him.
That's definitely another roll.
I would like to use my final auto crit success that was donated to shiv him with an egg roll the best I can.
It's like an egg roll with a knife in it, or it's
yes.
like actually an egg roll? Oh,
I mean, it's one of her knives. It's just that the thing is hidden in there.
She wrapped it in the egg roll and like have an egg roll stab.
D3 plus 1 is shot. No, not D3 plus. Oh my god, I actually have to open up ComCon for this. How dare you?
I told you there was a reason I'd need it.
Yeah, you don't understand. That wasn't a challenge. You weren't supposed to make me do it. Okay, anyway, give me a second. Like, let me just pull up a goddamn knife real quick. Get it. Crash. Oh, okay, so you don't even have to roll dice for it. Yeah, you do 1 damage for him. Ouch, oof. His shot goes wide, like as you like leaned in, and also like you stabbed him before he shot, so he flinched a little bit. Shot goes wide. However, gunshot. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Pull the knife out and stab him in the neck.
Okay, if you're gonna try to kill him, if you try to kill him straight out.
Yeah,
that was our goal.
That was the plan all along.
I mean, that's the plan.
Peace
Yeah.
was never an option.
Yeah. This is a
Okay,
plan.
that's
from
going
Struck,
to
yeah.
take you. Going to take you a little bit of time.
Do we hear that gunshot?
Yeah.
Everybody
did you
heard
hear
that
it?
gunshot.
Oh, then
Okay.
yeah, then
Everybody heard it,
I
yeah.
go directly in that direction. Like without even I go right in that direction.
Okay. Everybody who is physically rushing to. Okay. Okay. Well, first up, Ariadne, you've got another roll to make. Basically, you're going to be in like kind of an unofficial roll off until one of you goes down. You've got to get him 4 more times. Well, okay. When I say roll off, what I really mean is you're the only one rolling dice, but every time you roll below a 20, you're both taking damage. Every time you roll below a 10, only you are taking damage.
Okay.
For everybody else physically rushing towards them, it's a risky roll to get there because there are a lot of security who would rather you didn't.
So
Okay.
So
can I have
go
something
ahead.
to help with the security measures?
What are you thinking?
I would like to get up and be like, what's going on? And like throw out the train of my dress as far as possible as these people are like rushing towards, to the point where like I can just pull some strings on my dress so it unattaches, so I can trip up security that is running with the train of my dress.
Okay, roll dice to see if that works out.
Yeah, I would
love
to use an auto crit for this.
Okay, that gives Ariadne two more rounds to work with before people are like on them.
Yeah.
Xavier, did you say you were doing something?
Yeah, I said I was instantly running, making my way over to the gunshot now. There's no sound, yeah.
Your boys are on you.
Well, if they want to fight, I can finally use this ability I have.
To be fair, you promised and you didn't.
Oh no, yeah, I did promise. I promised that I would not go after Hero. I promised I would not get involved with Hero. But they are now security going after my pal, so, and if they stop me, yeah.
They're trying to, so, like, you specifically, if you're trying to get in there, it's going to be heroic because they've got numbers and they've got numbers and they've got numbers.
I would like to use my last crit because I had 2. I would like to use my last crit. And on top of that, I am adding in apply fist to faces, fight in open, brutal, unarmed combat. Yeah, they're armed, but I'm unarmed and I'm going all out. And also I'll add stay cool, perform a task that requires concentration, dexterity, speed, or precision under pressure. And because I'm running to the room, I think that counts as speed.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah,
and my apply fist to faces is +4, and my stay cool is +4, so that'll be a 28 in total.
Okay. You're able to fight your way pretty cleanly. It's going to be 3 rounds for basically three rolls of the dice before you are present. Ariadne, roll them dice.
Okay.
If you aren't already.
I'm adding a total of +5 thanks to my take control, using force, violence, presence of will, or direct action to take control of something, i.e. his life, and then also take someone out, kill or disable someone quickly and quietly. It's a 14, so I think we both take damage.
Yes.
Okay.
You take 2, he takes 1.
Okay.
So he is down to that number. I'll tell you when he goes down. You tell me if and when he goes down.
Okay.
And Okay, roll again.
Who's rolling again?
Oh yeah, okay, sorry.
You just got gifted another auto crit, by the way, Nymeria.
I thought you said rolled a 10. Okay, let's let's go ahead and use that. Let's use that auto crit. So it's a 20. So he takes damage, but I don't.
Correct.
Okay.
One more.
16.
Okay, take two more. Take one more. He is looking in a very, very bad way.
Well, so am I.
Okay, and before this next roll is called for, Xavier, you arrive. Like there's you definitely like hear security like harm their heels, but like on the vagaries of a quote unquote cinematic time, you've got some time to work with here before they're on you.
I imagine like cinematically, like as I see like Xavier running is about when like after he passes the point is when I like dramatically like release the train of my dress to just trip all of the guards that have like been following him, revealing that I am wearing black tights, my prison sneakers, because if I have to get out of here fast, we were not wearing heels, and the dress hit it, and the Bowie knife strapped to my thigh. So, and wherever the cat was hidden. Like,
So distraction.
yes, my distraction. My
And
distraction.
I would like to use that distraction also with the gunshots. Marlowe's going to disappear to a different location. Security is obviously going to be deploying to the gun shop. Wherever their checkpoint is, likely by the kitchen. Since that's going to be vacated, I'm going there.
Okay. You can get there.
Great. Just tell me what I find at that little command center.
A few snacks quickly left behind. There are a couple. There are like a couple of workstations open. A couple more that have been like responsibly like locked up. Like you think the people that left here left in a hurry. And also there's a not like a security operator who hasn't noticed you yet, who is like watching, who's like watching like progress right now, and like when they notice okay, like they're flipping through cameras like very rapidly, then they find exactly where they find like the room, the displays on the room in which Ariadne and Hero are struggling, and then they get up to run away, and you lock eyes. What do you do?
Oh, I'll keep things controlled here, okay? Somebody has old HA military. Let me handle this and try and get all of these civilians out. Go, go, go.
Yeah, quick check, like roll a quick d20 to see if see if he goes for it.
I'm going to use an advantage. I will use 2d6 take the better. So let's roll that real quick.
You're using one of your accuracies?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll take the 6. And then
yeah, and this wasn't exceptionally difficult because they're totally on board to believe yes, somebody would like to or is okay with me
19.
stopping this whole thing. So yeah, like they nod, boom, they nod, like start jogging off, and yeah, you've got one of the room.
Cool. I'm guessing with some of those multiple cameras, I've got drone control now.
At least for the camera drones, you think that if you want to get control of something with a gun, it'll take a bit of doing.
I don't care about a gun. I care about havoc. And And so I'm going to try and make it so that the drones, I'm going to try and do a precision crash with multiple drones into one location. I am going to try and cut off the security response to that room by essentially bombing the building with drones in that one corridor.
Okay. That's going to. It's going to take a roll. However, before we get there, we need to like resolve like what is happening like immediately. Got to yeah, Xavier, Ariadne, and Hero are locked in combat. You see Hero has like shot her a few times. Currently, like you think like splash wounds like this is he could recover. I mean, might not recover if he's able to get her again. But what are you going to do?
I rolled a 16.
And okay, I guess just to establish stakes, what happens to you if you take 2 more damage?
I'm still alive, but
Okay.
very barely.
I would like to use the move. My move. I like to use my ability apply fist of the apply fist of faces and go to grab him from behind and do a full out judo throw and disarm.
Damn.
Okay.
Because I'm using my ability of fight in open, brutal, unarmed combat. Yeah,
you're good. Like, I'm just like trying to do out some possibilities here. Of course, roll dice. Difficulty is heroic.
And any accuracy? Yes. How much dice is accuracy again? It's D6?
Yeah, single D6.
I'm gonna use 2 accuracy for this.
Okay. And you take the best
Okay,
of both
so-
of them.
Correct.
And do I add grit to this also?
Yeah. Assume you're adding grit to things unless I say specifically that you're not adding grit, which I probably won't.
Oh, well, good thing I'm adding my grit this time around. So that's a 16 on the dice, plus another 10. So that's a 26, plus my grit, that evens up to a 28, plus the +4 from Apply Fist of Faces. So that's a 32.
Okay. Okay.
Do I throw him so hard I break his back? Because with a 32, I feel like I paralyze this dude with like whatever throw I'm doing. Like I think I did.
You crit. Your success is unalloyed in the sense that he didn't shoot you on the way in. However, he is no slouch. He is no slouch himself, sir. And you didn't kill him. So like, well, you've got his arms. This isn't like he's not doing great.
But did I disarm him though? Did I disarm him with my 32? Because that was my intent, was to disarm him.
Yes, pistols out of his hands.
That was my intent.
In something of a meanwhile, because obviously with the gunshot, a lot of people have like started screaming and ran out of space and so on and so forth.
Gunshots, even this is like there have been more.
Oh yeah. So Julian, during this period of time, has also feigned panic and has made her way to the exit point that she had established with Hero, and has been waiting there for maybe the last minute and a half.
More like 30 seconds. 30
Oh, fair
seconds.
enough. This has been going on quicker than expected. Fair enough. But like, she sends a message to, I think a mass message, being kind of like, I'm at the exit point. Where's Hero? Actually, in stepping out that back door, what's outside this kind of like exit point? Is it what we doing weather-wise? What we doing drone-wise? What's good out there?
Yeah, speaking of drones, Marlo, time for your roll of the dice. Uh, there are there are enough drones, and you could probably take control of enough. You could. Your goal is accomplishable, but it's going to be hard to do. It is just going to be difficult. It's just going to be very difficult to do. It is. I'm going to say it's like a special sort of heroic, wherein you just will not succeed if you do not do better than a 20. But because I very much doubt that you're going to like throw a drone at you, you're not. There's not really a consequence to failure that is going to immediately affect you.
All right. Well, we're going to use hack and fix. And since I'm pretty much going to have to code on the fly, event and create, and we'll use the hacker background for accuracy. So here we go. $23.
Okay. Okay. And to be clear, were you aiming to like start like do enough damage to this venue that security would not be able to get where they need to go, or to like, or are you looking to like do like a mild demolition?
What I'm looking to do is the primary corridor, which I saw the security reporting to. Yeah, we're going to try and demo that by just throwing every single drone into that one little section from overhead and collapse that. There's probably a different way because every building has multiple access and hallways, but the quickest route is no longer the quickest route unless they feel like digging and catching on fire.
Yeah, this like frankly, this is like low key starting to like, at least from their perspective, starting to like be picked above their collective pay grades. Like you notice, like a few of them are even starting like well, first off, as like drones start like just crashing through windows, a few of them catching fire, like and yeah, a fire has started. That a fire has started in this venue. That is its own problem. Uh, at least it's happened after the speeches. A few security guards are like peeling off because they've got actually like their own individual charges and priorities. Like that adds another 2 rounds on the timer for like people who are actually dedicated to keeping Hero alive. Like well, they reroute. Uh, a thing for the future if you intend to stay at the police station, you have more or less like exhausted your supply drones in terms of like because to actually like bring it down, that did take a lot of work. You had drones are not known for being more durable than buildings, so yeah, a few like, it took work. It took work and it took a lot of drones. And Hero was paranoid enough that you were able to like you had sufficient quantities, and now you do not. So that back to Xavier and Ariadne. Xavier, you've got him like you've got him in a full Nelson, but he is struggling mightily. Like if you don't do something, he might fight his way out. And Ariadne, uh, as he was disarmed, one more shot did go off and injure you. Uh, but obviously you still got your knife. What do you do?
Yeah, no, I'm still up. And I think, like, honestly, between the two of us, between myself and Xavier, what just happened, getting the drop on him, and the fact that, like, he has a gun, but a knife is still better if it's sticking out of your neck. I think we just straight up end this guy.
Yeah,
I don't really even think I need to roll for it at this point because
yeah, like I'm just gonna take the knife that's already in the neck and just Yeah. Like I'm not even
Yeah.
because it's there and like our job was to kill Hero. Yeah, that's what he
Is
does.
this
Yeah.
about when? Can I, kind of thinking about Julian and the message that was sent, kind of get into the room holding the cat because I had to find the cat. No.
You're not ahead of security. You're
Oh,
not ahead of
I thought I
security.
had tripped them. Okay.
Oh yeah, I thought she tripped it out. Okay.
You slowed them down, but you didn't get
Okay.
ahead
I
of
was
them.
coming in for just a thing because I'm thinking about the credits still.
No, you're set.
Okay.
Like you're separated. This
Okay.
party is separated.
Okay. Never mind. I'm still gonna find the cat. Since Xavier's, I'm assuming you dropped our feline friend.
Oh no, I dropped the cat. Yeah, I totally dropped the cat. Yes.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
If you took that cat in that room, I demand a recount, sir.
Oh no,
but
I totally dropped that cat. I didn't drop it. I just like, oh no, down you go, kitty, and then I ran.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. So that's you. 3 more rounds till security is on you both. The easiest route of egress just got collapsed by drones. Okay, but before we get to you, Nevaeh, what were you going to do?
Okay, so now that I know more of the setup of what's going on in the chaos, I'm going to like run over with like my hands like sort of in the air. It's like, oh my god, what's happening? My dress got ripped off. Where is my cat? like try to distract these guards like one more time. But honestly, the cat is there, probably underneath the garments of the dress. And
Cat's honestly kind of freaking out. Like this is not.
We have trained this cat to
You have absolutely not trained this cat to deal with mild terrorism and gunshots. No, this cat is not having.
I was just trying. I just wanted to get the gun off the cat. Was my entire.
If you want to take the gun from the cat, yes, you can take. The gun from the cat, that's fine.
But I wanted it to be a surprise so that I could shoot somebody. But
no, they're not paying that much attention to you. You could take the gun from the cat without like people going like, "Oh my god, he's got a gun!" Like, no, that's
all right.
Fine.
I will have found the cat to get the gun, and then continue to feign distraction for the officers hiding the gun in my titties. No, in a holster. I don't know. There's really like nothing at this point that Nevaeh is capable of doing. So she's gonna go find Julian and be like, Julian? I don't know if we're getting credits. Do you have a plan?
Do you know where they are in the building? This is at this point the meeting point I want to confirm is outside. It's like out the back door.
I think we're on our way there at that point. Like we got what we came for. We are booking our way out and back to the ship. Like,
yeah.
I think in terms of like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Xavier and Ariadne, if you're looking to book, you've got the rolls to make because you have been marked.
I will say, is there any way that we could like do this cinematically?
Yeah, there is a thing that I specifically want to do to involve the kind of crossover here, and I think it is important.
Go for it.
Yeah.
So in like Nevaeh meeting Julian outside, and he's like, "We're not getting the credits." Well, good thing that they're all got their comm links on, and I know where they are. And Julian pirouettes backwards and out of invisibility folds into Jackpot.
Mm-hmm.
And skates round the side of the building. At the point, I think with maximum dramatic irony, the kind of green room with the window to the outside, Jackpot skates essentially on the bladed legs into frame through the window and sees you slit Hero's throat. And there is a moment where you stare at Jackpot and Jackpot stares at you. And it would be the easiest thing for Jackpot to just slice through the window and give you a moment to escape.
Currently silence.
So
Comms are
what do you-
currently open with Julian.
I cut the throat and I look up at Jackpot in the window. And I say in the comm, take everyone else and leave us.
I think you've misunderstood the situation, Xavier. This heist is now over, and having learnt from how I was sent to Tartarus before, when you get caught on egress, well, that's what you are considered the weakest link in the team. I don't have my money, and I want to make sure that I escape unharmed. But it seems that you can protect each other, so farewell, I suppose.
You see,
And
like
you just
he
see
just
her turn on her heel.
oh yeah,
Go ahead.
he nods to Julie like this is it. Like as a sign of respect kind of thing. Like yeah, this is what our line of work is. And it is like a straight up nod of like respect of like yep. And he like just drops the body of Hero and he says over the comms, it's been good, guys.
Obi, how
Yeah.
much was the prospective earnings of this charity drive?
Oh, okay. Like in the interest, in the interest of fictional orphans, real, actual fictional orphans, even. Okay, let me instead ask a different question straight out. Are you gonna steal from them babies? Are you gonna steal from them babies?
Julian is a piece of shit. We went to a charity event where a very rich person is going to earn a large amount of money. She was going to take that large amount of money and go on a very nice holiday, potentially with Navaya. But that plan is now thoroughly fucked. So there is no point turning this into a smash and grab. That's not what her line of work is. But she's like, I will at some point be coming to collect my credits.
Oh, yeah,
But
okay, I will say that like you are fairly sure that like between what you know of Julian and like who you've got access to, and as well as the fact that like based on what you said, SSC is probably not that bothered as long as things come out from them. You think you could probably swing something. You think you could probably swing something. Although that is, to be fair, a story for another time. While you probably well, honestly, Marlowe can get out on his own time. Unless Marlowe, you would like to tell me that you reveal your identity in public. Then
No.
Yeah.
No, Marlowe just has to give in somewhat to his tendencies now that like everyone's fleeing. He's done his damage with the drones. He's quickly going over to the kitchen, pulling the gas lines, just trashing the kitchen, and then going to commit some arson. As scorched earth. That this op has gone wrong, scorched earth. And
Okay.
set things up to blow as he has ditched the vest, he has ditched the cravat, and is just booking it out of there afterwards.
Okay. Xavier and Ariadne, you've got 3 rounds before the guards are like on you. Your easiest route of escape has been drone collapsed. The building's partially on fire. You are
denied.
Yeah, you're on the second story. There's a window open. Ariadne is badly wounded. You could probably like it. You don't have to like worry about like doing Death Roll to notice like if you haven't already yeah, there is camera here. Like your faces have been marked. What? What do?
I look over at Ariadne. I hear the guards coming up, running up these stairs. I think back to what Julian said. Yeah, I was the weak link in this. And that's probably why my gang didn't come after me. Because they viewed me as a weak link. And someone else just confirmed it right now. And we're probably not going to get out of this. So I look down at Ariadne and I put one of the guns in her hand. Put the gun in her hand. And I brush that purple hair from her forehead and I gently kiss it. I take off the jacket, crack my knuckles, arch my neck up a couple of times, look at the camera, take a little salute, and I just go barreling in after these guys. And that's where I would like to end Xavier's story.
Same,
Huh?
honestly. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, you both head in. You meet your end in the ways that in exactly the ways you chose. As everybody else is like escaping, like you look back, you see the building actually like start to you see the building start to come down. If you're listening to radio chatter, you you hear like a little bit about like there were like you hear like eventually like you hear like eventually like you hear like a line from like finally like some of the first responders going like there's the planet's going to hell. And we pull away, far away. We see a kind of like a last like montage, like Xavier, Ariadne, like the lives they led like before all of this. Like some of the good, some of the bad, and like a little bit of like how it felt in the end. And quietly, the saga of of the Shades of Tartarus come to a close. We don't know necessarily uh, what's next for them. The galaxy's at war. Um, some of them are, frankly, from a certain point of view, all of them quite wanted. But they're alive. Uh, not not all of them, and perhaps in some ways, like maybe they're not fine, but they're alive. They're moving, and maybe one fine day they could even reach something like Elysium. So I want to thank each and every last one of you for coming with us on this journey as a viewer or as a player. It was wonderful. I hope you had as good a time as I did. And let everybody take a bow.
Yay! Thank
We
you.
did
it! We did it! I woke up my cat. He just like his head popped up. I was like, "What the fuck is going on? I'm trying to nap." Like, he's very confused. Thank you, everyone. everyone for coming and showing up. Thank you, Obadiah, and our players. Big, give yourselves another round of applause. Again, amazing job. Um, let's we'll go ahead and go around the table kind of like this not in the opposite way, in the way that we do our intros, to do maybe a tiny little epilogue, like give us like a little thing of like, if your character survived, what happened to them, and what is their plan, like what is their little epilogue, like what is their in credit scene for Tartarus. So yeah, go ahead, Julian.
Yeah, there is a resort moon on Saturn, a very, very picturesque place, holographic palm trees, endless, bisexually lit swimming pools, and a vast, vast, shiny, infinitely reflecting dance floor. And there are people out there raving, getting sweaty, pumping, and then the track changes and everybody kind of like parts ways, and you see Julian in an absolutely astounding outfit, accompanied by Jackpot, as she kind of very old school disco X sticks her finger up in the air and goes, "Hit it!" And a very end of movie dance number kind of thing kicks in as she does this very elaborate duo dance routine with Jackpot. And in one of the kind of incredibly low dips and spins, she looks behind her and sees this incredibly portly, wealthy gentleman that is easily recognizable of the corp of some kind of C-tier, the CEO of some kind of C-tier mega corp on a business holiday. And yes, a valid target.
Is Julian dancing to the ending credits? Is that the song that played? It was definitely it was disco remix. It was a disco remix that was playing.
I am just seeing like various things, like small little images going down the sides of the credits of just Julian and Jackpot doing this dance number with like little stills from the entire series going along the opposite side.
There's an incredibly expensive kind of like 3D Sakuga. Like this entire thing has been 2D animated, but this dance sequence is too complicated to do in 2D. So they got the big budget animators to go and do it.
That's all the rest of the budget into this.
Yes, yes.
Well, as for Ariadne, I'm dead. That's what happens to me at the end of the end of Shades of Tartarus. But I think every so often, though, Monte Cristo Mike wakes up in a cold sweat after a horrible nightmare brought on by the memory of somebody who used to spend a lot of time headstanding in a prison cell until one day they didn't.
So yeah, Xavier died. I 100% was going with the Cowboy Bebop ending. Like, I came into this that I 100% wanted Xavier to do a Cowboy Bebop style ending, and damn it, I got it. So yeah, like, it was like the whole scene, you saw him like look at the camera, take a salute, and as soon as he went into it, crossed that threshold of the door to go fight, all the entire like image just like went all watercolor painting, and that is like, it's like a dramatic watercolor painting. All you see is Xavier walking through, like the image freezes on Xavier walking through the door with all like just facing all of these guys. Yeah, no epilogue, just letting y'all know that yeah, he went down fighting.
So when the dust settles, at least the recent dust, there's a lot of bodies to be identified. And Marlowe, still maintaining J, goes and identifies alongside Nevaeh, Xavier and Ariadne, and the two of them claim those bodies.
And there's a point where Nevaeh is on the phone, and it's like, yeah, their brains are still intact. Thanks, I owe you one. And hangs up her phone.
The most dangerous one of us all.
You don't even get to die unless you say so.
And Marlowe's just like, I think there's a quick cut to Marlowe going, this is the first time I actually get to practice masking.
It's going to be so exciting. I can't wait.
And there's just like a little bit of like the two of them like smiling, cackling. The cat just walks through the back of the shot.
It's got the gun back. Nobody's quite sure how it got the gun back, but it's got the gun back.
And it's got the gun back. And we just pull out from that scene, and we come out a window, and they're on a spinning space station out in the Orion system. And that's where we leave at least Marlowe, cackling, happy, practicing medicine.
And Nevaeh making sure that her friends stay with her forever. Thank you once again, everyone, for coming and showing up. And now we will be doing outros and where we can find you on the internet in the next 7 days and all that good stuff. As far as over here on this channel, the next time that we are live here will be tomorrow for our Dragon Age game in Darkness Unbroken. We are almost done. I think we have like about 4 episodes left of that. We're all kind of coming to the end of our seasons over here on the channel. And then we will be back on Wednesday with some Dungeons and Dragons with both Dragonstone and Revenge of the Gith. And then Thursday with Try to Burn, our Expanse TTRPG. I had to think about that for a second. But the next time you can find me is actually later tonight on Weave the Tale. Well, we'll be premiering a 3-point series of Defiant, and then again on Weave the Tale on Mondays for our finale for The Great American Witch. If you are interested in joining any upcoming games that I will be casting for in the next couple of weeks, there is a Corolius, an Animorphs, and I think now there is a, what's it called? An Urban Shadows that we'll be casting for soon. You can get in our Discord, because Discord always gets first dibs. And yeah, come and join us. Now, everyone else, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What do you got coming up? Let's do this.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Pope here. Pope World Bill on Twitter, Pope World Bill on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. This has been an absolutely fantastic time. And if there's one lesson we can learn from the previous year, is you need wonderful people in your life. Follow these folks. They are all wonderful. That being said, if you want to see more of this ridiculous face again number of opportunities, coming up first on Sunday over on Matt 7's channel, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, along with a certain roguish fellow who went out guns blazing. We are back with Masks Sunset City. Loki decided to send us to a random place, and if you look at the Killer GM's preview of the upcoming episode's name, I have some concerns.
I don't like it.
So tune in for that. And then Wednesday over on Follow Black Cats, you can see me playing my second worst human as Sherlock in the spy game Hexcrawl. The last episode quite literally ended with a bang. Let's see who survived. Till then, thank you all so much for being here. Whether you're watching live, VOD on YouTube, a story is nothing without its audience. You are much part of this as we are. Thank you all so much. Take care, and I'll see you soon.
Sup, y'all? It is me, Wally. Oh boy, this game was. I'm glad I got. You know what? I never had a character die on a stream before. Wait, no, yes, I did. But no, he didn't die. He just got mortally wounded. Finn got mortally wounded. Yeah, Penn got mortally wounded. He didn't die. He almost died.
He did not die. We
not
definitely thought he died
We
there for a second.
did not
but...
have Penn die. We protected that sweet little cinnamon bun. We protected them.
We gave him so many pudding cups.
But yes, it's me, Wally. Oh boy, I loved this game. This was so much fun. I had so much fun playing with all of these people at this table. If you are doing shows, if you're doing podcasts, if you're doing anything, get these people. Like, they're all wonderful personalities that you can have at your panels, at your podcast, on your tables for your games, and they will just bring it up to a 12. So, good thing you can say. Also, follow them on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at Wally132, just like a cute little Disney robot. Next time you can find me, you'll find me over at the Killer DMs channel playing some Sunset City Mass with Pope down there. He pretty much explained everything there is about it, so I don't really need to say. All I'll say that it wasn't my fault. And I am sticking with that. It wasn't my fault. And then Monday, you can find me playing another game with another fine person here at this table with Anna right over there. I'm playing some Monster of the Week with her over at Conomicon, where, oh boy, oh man, this is, if you ever wanted the most rock and roll, mature rating Monster of the Week game ever, just watch this show. Like, I will say, like, we're 18 plus on this channel. Yes, we are. I will say this.
Yes.
In one episode, we fucked so hard, we caused a rift in time and space.
Amazing.
If that's not a reason to get you to watch the show, I don't know what.
I'm here for it.
All
I'm
right.
always here
And
for
that
it.
was just part of the episode.
That was just only one part. Yeah, that was the minor part of the
That was-
episode.
But a fraction.
Hold on a second. Oh, this new game smell.
Oh boy, and then you can find me then on Wednesday. You can find me over at Unmade Gaming. You can find me over at Unmade Gaming playing some Burn Bright, which is, oh man, I am so excited to be playing this game of Burn Bright. I get to play, well, you're gonna have to tune in to find out what I am playing, because I'm coming in the middle of this campaign, and oh boy, I cannot wait just to drop this character on them. I'll just say is, once again, Wally is digging into his anime roots with this character. And finally, you can find me, that's it. Oh, wow, I cleared up my schedule. Huh, so this is what it's like.
What?
Wow, what a concept. Anyway, yes, also you can find me, follow these people on Twitter, and stay healthy, stay blessed, and stay hydrated, guys.
Oh, hey, it's me. Hi, everybody. I'm Anna. Oh no, did my internet just die? Nope, it was only Twitch. Minor panic and freak out of the way. I'm online at Namiria941 pretty much everywhere. I'm Namiria Streams on Twitch, where Wally and I will be soon hosting a new show that we're doing together called Mostly Talking, which is going to be starting later in May, because when I realized we're no longer going to be playing games together 3 days a week, it's just 1 day a week now, I was like, Wally, this simply cannot stand. We must join our forces and create a show for the internet. So that's going to be coming later in May. It's going to be really fun. As for the short term, on Sunday, I'm going to be playing in a game of comrades over on Colonomicon's channel, where we're all going to be leftist revolutionaries. He still hasn't told us what time period we're being in, so I'm just going for a very versatile goth look that could switch from 1848 to 1968 to 2021 on the turn of the hat, because that's a thing that I can do. Mondays, we do Monster of the Week over on Colin's channel, and the only other thing, actually, that I have going on, because my schedule, too, is about to clear up, is I do a podcast now called How to Princess. We are doing a short arc for this PBTA game about a bunch of us being princesses, and I am Lenora, the princess from Skeleton City, who is a literal skeleton, and she has a magical crown of never-ending Halloween candy, so if you want a snack, you can always just break a piece of candy off of her crown, and it'll grow back. And I do that with Ulfric, who I believe is on Ulfric's on the Expanse here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Alfred.
Okay,
Yes, yes.
yeah. I was like, it's
I was
one of the
about to
space
ask.
ones.
Yes.
Say the right space thing. Yeah, Ulfric and I do that podcast together. So check that out. It's on Cast of Many Things, and the podcast is called How to Princess.
Hi, hello. I am a performance android tasked with saving the future and learning what it means to put your heart into everything. You can find me on the Neon Caster on Twitch, except not too much at the moment because I am going to be moving house soon. So I am putting a lot of my streams on hiatus until I get that part of my life sorted. However, next Saturday on the 8th, there will be a session on our channel of Mork Borg, in fact, a sci-fi hack of Mork Borg, under a caged star. Not GM'd by me, but GM'd by a friend of the show, Tom. I will be acting as kind of like producer. So all the kind of like high production values that we put into all of our other major tabletop streams will be used to go and raise this up to the shiny heights that it is. We are all playing characters with significant body horror issues, and that is amazing. In addition to that, aside from actually doing streams, there is a thing that is going on that I want to mention real quick. So I have a game in a collection, a book collection called The Ultimate Micro RPG Book, curated by James D'Amato, a whole bunch of fantastic one-page RPGs, of which I am in one of them, the publishers of which gave me 5 copies for free, and I already have a copy. So what I am currently doing is giving signed copies of that out to people for free, and all you need to do is record an actual play of one of my games and send it to me. Never has it been easy to obtain 40 RPGs for real ass free. I'll ship it to you. I don't care where you are. I know that we're going through Brexit at the moment. I will still get that book to you. But all you need to do is go and record any of my games, of which I have written several, whether that be podcast or stream. I do not care. It can be like, what's the term that Japan uses for when they go and commit their sessions into essentially prose? That. It can be that if you want it to be. Just send it to my ass and I'll send you a copy of the book.
Okay.
That's me.
Well, all right, and bringing up the rear, it's me. Finally, I have been your mech master, Obadiah. If you want to find me elsewhere, you can find me on Twitter at Joseph Dyson, and one fine day you just might see me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Shinobi. But if you must see me sooner than eventually, come by this channel on Wednesday evenings for Revenge of the Gift, where I will be playing Hong Woozy, your fantastic best crime man. And I think that's me. It's been all of us. It's been real. Thank you
Yeah.
all kindly. No, don't you ever forget. You gotta carry that weight.
All right, y'all. And with that, we're going to go say hello to our friend Evan. They're playing some Alien RPG over at Maori Nerds. So, everyone, wave goodbye. We'll see
Peace,
you.
y'all.
Love
See ya.
you. Anime's great.